Apparently there is a patch for this game, downloading. But, hey, we should be live. I just noticed that, Cyberspace in the chat has just said that they're apparently gonna make a counter of all the times I've dunked on Nozomi. I am so sorry. I don't even... Please save your own sanity. But yeah, also, someone has a Korean military service coming up, which, yeah, hope that doesn't go, I hope that goes okay. But yeah, we are indeed live. So yeah, hey everyone, I am, ready. We've got some drop frames. Hopefully this doesn't, hopefully this does not, bode badly. But yeah, so I wanted to make sure that I, did this stream because, yeah, I'm really hoping that I don't get sick soon. I really hope that because I had this really great day out at the zoo with my sister and my brother-in-law, and then right after, they text me to say, oh, by the way, we all have COVID. So that's a thing, and I'm really hoping that I was wearing a mask the whole time, and I used, like, hand sanitizer, and I didn't even spend a lot of time directly with them. I actually did my own thing at the zoo. I kind of walked around and did my own, like, reconnaissance photos and stuff. Yeah. Oh, Adrian in Wonderland, you just finished Tears of, I assume that's Tears of the Kingdom's final boss on the stream. But yeah. So yes, today's stream is going to be, the situation is perfectly under control, and nothing is on fire at all, because we're about to hit the full moon at the start of, December, I believe, and, things are going to be revealed. Yeah, just because there aren't any bosses on full moons doesn't mean full moons aren't, hang on a minute, I just need to dismiss my computer's telling me to renew my antivirus. Dismiss that. Yeah, so, in one more day, we're gonna have that happening. And yeah, there's gonna be, oh, hi, Nozomi. Yep, Nozomi is definitely a thing. Also, hang on, yes, I really hope that COVID goes the way of polio and is eradicated completely. But yeah, wait, alright, no, they're just congratulating Adrian on the Tears of the Kingdom thing. Yeah. And yes, it is winter over here now, pretty much. So, okay, we have either Nozomi or Mitsuru I'm kind of worried about Hidetoshi, but also Fuka needs to be... Oh, hang on, though. We can actually get Fuka up via the dating site notes. So I don't really need to spend time with Fuka, at school anymore, sadly. Start of stream, Nozomi jump scare, exactly. Oh yeah, also, yes, happy Pride Month. Because that was a thing, because it turned out that, that kind of coincided quite well with, last stream, where we had the river. Yeah. Hello, Derek Silver. Hi, Arthur, Gamonal2MB. Yes, indeed, everyone is worried about Ryoji-san. Hi, Ryoji-san! How are you? How are things going with you? So, presumably, we haven't actually finished his Link events yet. Presumably, he'll have Link events after this full moon, which has implications. But yeah, sadly, the Kyoto stream just missed Pride Month. Mitsuru Sim doesn't have new dialogue. But, yeah, do I have... Oh, by the way, I might accidentally press the square button to open the menu, because now I have Digital Devil Saga muscle memory. So, yep. I do not have Emperor, okay. So, right, I do have Empress, so technically I could do Mitsuru instead, but, I do kind of feel like Hidetoshi needs to get finished. I think that Mitsuru has a lot of availability in this version. And yeah, also I will say, I've been really liking the responses to Digital Devil Saga so far. Like, I was not expecting it to get this good of a response. Like, I did not know that I had so many people watching me who liked that game. I was actually really, yeah, not expecting it to do that well at all. So yeah, I'm not sure about playing both DDS games back to back, but I mean, I suppose it could pass time until Metaphor comes out. We'll see how things happen. Because I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with SMT5 Vengeance. At this point now, I'm thinking I probably shouldn't even do Vengeance because I don't want to interrupt DDS now. But anyway, there's it's a lot of things to think about. But yeah, let's grab something Emperor related.
Is this acceptable? May it be your inner strength.
I'm glad that I have a decent amount of money now.
Very well.
Yes, that is true. Every river can be a gay river if you try hard enough. And yeah, DDS is pretty good. What time do I upload videos in my time zone? In my time zone, it's 6 AM, but I schedule them. I used to not schedule my videos, so the funny story is that what I used to do is, again, I'm just pressing all the wrong buttons now, because I have other muscle memory. But yeah, I used to just upload the video overnight and leave my computer on, and just, you know, it would just go up when it went up. I wouldn't really, like, have any control over what time. I believe I was doing that even all through Awakening. Yeah. All through the Awakening playthrough. But then I think it was actually Mariland who taught me how to schedule video uploads, and I've been doing that ever since. I do it for 6 AM my time. I used to do it for like 8 AM my time. I'm doing it because it equates to like 4 PM New York time, but I'm not really sure how many of you actually do live in New York, but it's like roughly afternoon-ish US time is when I'm trying to get it to fit up with, because I know that was when a lot of Let's Players used to upload. And yes, DDS does indeed deserve more love. I think it actually did score pretty high on the Atlas poll of, like, games you want ported.
Today's meeting is cancelled.
Does that have anything to do with your accusations? I mean, yeah, I do understand, yes, there is potential Atlas burnout. That's why I'm considering, like, working on maybe Thracia stuff, maybe. Yeah. But, okay, now I need to get my, guide back up and find Emperor. Minute. I was about to make a reference there, but nobody would get it. Okay, I believe this is rank 8.
Did Odagiri-san do something?
Starting to feel like summer here, but probably not in Australia. Yes, it's starting to feel like winter here. And I believe... Oh, because you're not actually talking to Odagiri himself, your response here doesn't matter. That makes sense.
He was called to the faculty office by a teacher earlier. I think it's about that cigarette butt.
Yeah, it's funny, a lot of people don't like Nocturne HD. I was fine with it, but that's the only version of the game I played. Also, thank you, Makoto Kurusu, for the super chat there.
Write his name on the list. He was appointed to the student council by the president herself. He's a responsible person.
Oh, okay. So now they're demanding they consider us a suspect.
That's why I didn't add him to the suspect list.
About the PS3 source shutting down, I think they actually rescinded that. They were going to shut it down, and then they decided not to.
You know there are witnesses who've seen him wandering the streets late at night, don't you?
Oh, no, don't mind that time. He only spent that time with a shady businessman and a monk.
I thought you hated students who don't follow the rules. It's not that I doubt the witness reports. It's more that I trust him. So I'm not adding him to the list.
Also, hi, Mew Fangirl.
Odagiri, I really thought you were smarter than this.
This better not be Mr. Okoda.
You can go ahead and forget about our deal.
Oh boy, what deal are you talking about? Is this one of those Humpty Dumpty situations like with Makoto?
So, you heard all that?
Yeah, the entire student council stuff is just all Ace Attorney, because you got Hidetoshi and also Chihiro's social links are both about false accusations. Also, I'm just like, some people are talking about like Tennessee's one. How is Tennessee, by the way? I've never been to the US, but yeah, I've heard of Tennessee. I'm not sure. Oh, that's how I've heard of Tennessee. This is weird. Weird place to hear about it. But Magic School Bus, one of the Magic School Bus games, has an area called Jurassic Tennessee, I think. No, it's Tennessee. Hang on. Sorry, no, wait, that's wrong then. Sorry, I was misremembering. But anyway, how is Tennessee? But yeah, Persona teachers being consistently terrible, exactly. It's one of the universal constants. Persona teachers are always terrible.
I know. You don't have to convince me. That teacher suspects you of all people. How he ever got certified is a mystery to me.
How any Persona teachers got certified is a mystery to everybody. And yeah, except Kawakami, yeah. Oh yeah, Magic School Bus did have games. It had computer games. There's some pretty good Magic School Bus games out there.
Don't worry. Even if the whole school turns on me, I'll have your back.
Oh, wow, you're basically doing the whole speech Rouge gives to Shadow. Apologies for Sonic Brain Rot again. But, yeah, Bradley Harris, the US is currently on fire with all kinds of problems. So, yeah, I know. I really want to go to, like, New York at least once. But, like, me and my mum, we're basically thinking, you know, maybe after the election. Although maybe that might make things even worse. I don't know. We'll see. Tennessee has a pyramid, okay. Onigiri cares about me a lot. I feel like we've become better friends. Pretty short and to the point, but it fits.
I'll have your back. You're starting to rub off on me. See you later.
Yeah, my favorite Magic School Bus game was the dinosaurs game. But I know that a lot of people like. I wish I owned the Magic School Bus space game because that one has like platformer style levels with pretty good music. But
Oh, welcome back.
well, Ryoji being here is not suspicious at all. But yeah, I never actually ended up with end up owning that game. Because I had like a book club service at school that let you order educational games. So that's how I got a lot of like games like Carmen Sandiego and Dr. Brain and stuff, and a few Magic School Bus games. But I never had the space game. There was a museum near me that had the space game, like there in its library for you to play, and I always used to like go there, but never owned it.
You're late. Ryoji-kun was just leaving.
Oh, hey there. Chilly out, huh? Hope you don't go catching a cold.
You might say it's deathly cold out there.
You know, I stop by here pretty often. Weird we never see each other.
Oh yeah, he was hanging out with Junpei in his room, right?
Well, I'm out of here. See you later.
Later, Ryoji.
Yeah, I guess the games followed the books. Yeah, for those who don't know, Magic School Bus was originally a book series. I had a lot of the books growing up. Some of the TV show episodes were based on the books, but others were a little bit less, I actually also remember that, like, I had the book that explicitly points out Phoebe as a new kid. I was like, oh, right, that must have been when they must have only just introduced her in that book. But, like, it specifically mentions that. And yet, at my old school, remained her catchphrase for the entire rest of the series. Like, at my old school, we never insert something here.
Was that Ryoji's?
She says that, like, every book and every episode.
Yeah, he said he was going home. Why was he here?
Yeah, the books were pretty well illustrated, although I do remember one of, like, the dinosaur Magic School Bus books actually had a scene that was kind of gory. Like, it had a Triceratops get attacked by a predator and there was actual blood. Yes, Magic School Bus lore, exactly. That was one of my favorite childhood, like, things, really.
Just see Junpei. They've been hanging out a lot ever since the school trip.
Fun fact, both Miss Frizzle's VAs were gay. I wasn't aware she had a second VA.
But the rules state that visitors aren't allowed here.
I am aware that there's a fan theory that Miss Frizzle is a Time Lord, and that makes way too much sense.
Yeah, but Kirijo-senpai said it's cool as long as no one stays late.
Oh yeah, no, I remember reading that about Liz having like horns, and female lizards aren't meant to have horns.
I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Also, I love the way Koromaru is sitting on that couch.
He is dangerous. Dangerous? Ryoji-kun?
Come to think of it, he did hit on Mitsuru-senpai the first time he met her.
But having him around has really helped cheer you up, Junpei-kun.
I'm not tempting fate at all.
Well, no point in dwelling on the past, right? Won't change a damn thing.
Oh yeah, Mary Poppins is definitely also a Time Lord.
That's true.
What's up, Ai-chan?
I'm fine. It's just... I envy you, Junpei. I'm a machine, so I don't understand what it feels like to live.
Oh, I remember this line. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to Aigis' awakening arc.
Really? But you don't seem that different.
This might actually be why I'm not a huge fan of Aigis, because, like, she doesn't really, like, it takes until, like, now before she actually gets, like, a full-on story arc, I feel. Like, I know that Aigis is cool, but, like, up until this point, I feel like she's kind of just been there. She hasn't really done a whole lot.
In my case, it's more accurate to say that I'm operational as opposed to alive.
Yeah, this reminds me of that Wall-E line, I don't want to survive, I want to live.
There are times when I malfunction, but I can always be repaired.
Well, if we were all like you, then we never have to worry about dying. Oh, crap! I don't have time to talk right now. I've got a mountain of homework. Serves me right for slacking. Well, no use whining.
Junpei studying on purpose? I guess he'll finally froze over. Well, better call it a night then.
Well, I suppose we are approaching winter in game.
The gift of life is not something I should possess.
Yeah, I do agree. It does kind of feel like Aigis, it just like suddenly plot. Like her development just kind of happens now. It's just like, oh wait, we forgot to give Aigis character development. Let's start doing that now.
A weapon is much more difficult to operate when it's alive. That said, I believe I understand the concept of loss.
But it is brought on by things like this.
Leader, the thought of something happening to you, it makes me... Understood.
It makes me understood.
You're very special to me. I can't explain why, but I never want to leave your side. I want to protect you at all costs, to be there for you always.
Yeah, I agree that Sophie's humanity arc was better paced. It's like the problem that I have is like, Sophie and Poppy set the bar really high for AIs becoming human plots to me. It's kind of the reason why I'm not a massive fan of Sage in Sonic Frontiers either, even though I know a lot of people really love Sage. I'm just like, I've kind of seen Poppy and, you know, and Sophie, and they kind of ruined me on that arc.
I apologize for keeping you. You must be tired. So much has happened in so little time. I'll return to my room as well.
Oh yeah, Luna, I remember saying you think P3 has the weakest overall plot among the modern games. That's actually kind of a hot take, because most people think it has the best, but, I mean, I personally think it has the best, but I do admit it still has its flaws.
Good night.
And this is one of them to me, that I just feel like Aigis could have had hints at her arc earlier.
Ryoji Mochizuki. He is dangerous.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ryoji Mochizuki, wait a minute, no, hang on. I have his name on, like, Discord, in a Discord server. I mentioned what his name translates as, and it's actually pretty funny. So, where is it? Ryoji Mochizuki, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Here we go, yes. His name literally translates as Time Weave Moon Desire. That's not foreshadowing at all. Like, there is no way that name is completely on the nose for what he is.
What is this unsettling feeling?
Yeah, I do agree about Sage's implications for the future, but I'll get into that if I do another Sonic stream.
I am a machine. I can't die, so no one will have to grieve for me. I have to do something.
Yes, also, lol update.
I don't want to see them suffer anymore.
Yeah, there is a lot I believe Ikutsuki means, like, all moons as well. Like, there's a lot of things with moon names in this game, but, like, Ryoji is just, I can't believe, like, Time Weave Moon Desire. Still not quite as amazing as Mukuro Ikusaba in Danganronpa, meaning Corpse Warblade, and she's a soldier, but yeah.
By the way,
and then Byakuya Togami is White Knight 10 Gods, which is, like, as pretentious as he is. What about Labris? I like Labris, but the thing is, Labris, like, the whole game is Labris's arc. So it's a lot more obvious with her. Lady in her thirds with a beauty spot under her eye. She can dance the flamenco. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's Maya. Is that Maya? It might be Maya. Huh. I also feel like I haven't done many of Mitsuru's dorm events, and there's not really anything else available. Oh yeah, but I think we did agree that I was going to do a Fuka spend time. But again, there's not really much else available.
Yes.
I mean, Mitsuru isn't really available here that often. Shall we put on some tea? Yes, let's have some tea.
Thank you.
That's from of all things the Pocahontas sequel.
Help yourself to the snacks as well, if you'd like.
And it's April Mitsuru! So this is the image of Mitsuru that spawned a billion fan arts the moment it was revealed in trailers. So yes, all you Mitsuru simps, yeah, have at you. This is April Mitsuru in all her glory. What was I saying? Yeah, so the tea thing is from that weird Pocahontas sequel, Disney Pocahontas sequel, where, like, when they're introducing someone to, like, the grandmother, it's like, be careful, she's about to put on some tea. It's one of the few things I like about that film.
Today, I wanted to show my thanks for your hard work, as well as check in to see how you're doing. Ever since you joined us, you've been taking on a lot of responsibility as leader of our group. Have you been running into any trouble? If you have, please don't be afraid to let me know.
Oh, I agree. Roxas is another great example of an emotion growth story. Yeah, Corpse Warblade sounds like one of the randomly generated Legend of Spyro enemy names. Yeah, exactly. I guess we've been running into a little trouble. You dying all the time. What's that like?
I apologize for putting so much pressure on you. I'll do whatever I can to help. I have to say, I am grateful that you agreed to take on the leadership role. And I want you to know that you're doing an excellent job. Akihiko was right about you. Your cup is empty. Let's pour you another. It's late. We ended up spending a lot of time here. Let's turn in for the night. Oh, I'll take care of the cleanup. I'm glad we had the chance to talk today. I'd like to invite you again when the opportunity arises. Then with that, I bid you a good night.
And with that, I bid you adieu. I only just realized the protagonist has a different outfit for that too. But yeah, well into you references. Meanwhile, Mitsuru is now in a different outfit.
Hello. It's me. Sorry for calling so late. Now then, about the new arrival from the other day.
Wait, hang on. Star Ocean has a protagonist named Edge Maverick. That's amazing.
I'd like to ask that you perform a full autopsy. If we find any distinctive features, we may be able to locate her family. Also...
Oh, right! This is the hint that you've actually done the correct steps for a certain thing.
I can't help but think that the Kirijo group is connected to Strega in some way. Considering this, I think it would be disrespectful to sweep her death under the rug. And of course, I'll take full responsibility. What? What did you just say? Transmogrified. The body? But judging by the post-mortem, we were certain she was... All right. I'm sorry, but please keep this strictly confidential until we know more. If there are any other changes... Yes, absolutely. Right then. What is going on? I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens for now.
Yeah, so I like how they do keep this one a bit vague. You've kind of got to be sort of thinking about it to realize what might have happened there, but yeah, it's pretty cool. This specific event taking up a whole day later cost you your entire max social links run? Really? Wow. I want to see you. Please come to the music room. Oh, maybe this is his last event. Oh, you missed maxing Igus by 1 day, some Asian? Wow, that's a pain. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we should probably go to the music room. Where are you, music room? I think it's in the first floor. Oh yeah, I can see it there. There's the double exclamation mark. Why is that there? Okay. They're going to make out, exactly. Come to the music room for totally not romantic reasons at all. Yeah, I think, isn't there some kind of Evangelion scene with, like, Kaoru and a piano? Because I know that Ryoji, like, I hate the comparisons to Evangelion with Persona 3's plot, because I don't think it's really that similar.
Hey.
But I do agree that Ryoji does have some pretty insane similarities to Kaoru from Evangelion. In a lot of ways. Up to and including the massive gay subtext.
Thanks for coming. Well, how do I put this? I suddenly just got this feeling that I'm running out of time.
And there's something on my bucket list I wanted to do before I go, and that is make out with you.
And I felt like I had to see you. I had to talk to you.
Yes, talk. Talk! That's what you wanted to do.
Sorry. I'm not even sure what I wanted to say to you. So, I guess for today, I'd like to say thanks.
Yeah, I agree, Bradley Harris. I really don't see the comparisons besides Ryoji. Like, TV Tropes has a trope called Rei Ayanami XP. I'm surprised they don't have a Kaoru XP trope by now, because there's a lot of them. There's Ryoji, there's the Anguish one in Devil Survivor 2. There are a lot of characters out there that seem to take after Kaoru a lot from Evangelion.
It hasn't been that long since we met, but I feel like I've learned so much by spending time with you. I just really wanted to thank you for that. You showed me around the school and the city. I got to hang out with you and the others. I even got to go on a trip with you. That was a lot of fun. It's been a joy to experience and learn new things every day.
That is actually very impressive piano playing for somebody who's probably never played in their life.
Just like this.
Can I I have to say.
That's an interesting suggestion. I'm sure it'd be wonderful if we could play together. But maybe we'll save that for another time.
Someone's saying that all the complaints that I have with Aigis, they have with Ryoji. I can see that. There's a reason why I don't have complaints about Ryoji, and I'll go into that after the full moon.
When I saw those couples in Kyoto, or when I visited you guys at the dorm.
You were, like, every single line, it's just, why?
I realized that's what it really means to build a connection with someone.
Yes, I realized that I really wanted to build a couple with a guy.
It's that feeling of overcoming something together, and keeping each other going. Both sides need to come to an understanding. That's how connections are built, right?
Yeah, I was hoping he'd play the Tartarus motif too.
I want you to know that you're important to me. I know I said I wanted us to be friends, but I actually want to be something more.
It's canon. It's totally canon.
What about you?
It's totally canon. Of course it is.
I don't really get it myself, but
Excuse me.
Oh, this would be so awkward if you're dating
it's you.
Fuka.
Sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt. I was just passing through the hall, and I heard someone playing a beautiful song on the piano.
And I was wondering if they were about to start making out. It would really help my fanfictions.
So I thought I'd stop by to watch the performance.
Yes, exactly. Pride Month came right on time.
Who was the one playing? Was it you? Oh, I wanted to ask. It might have just been my imagination, but
It was the ghost pianist.
I thought I sensed Ryoji-kun's presence in this room. Were you not with him? Hmm?
I mean, granted, yeah, it's a good scene, and I like that he just disappears. I mean, it's pretty unsubtle about things, you know. We didn't get a Persona, so that must not be his last Link event. Huh. Unless his last Link event is the oh, hang on. If I remember right, from the portable female route, his last rank is the bad ending choice. Like, rejecting... if I'm remembering right, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe in portable, if you reject the bad ending, that gets you his rank 10. So that might be the case here too. Them being allowed to touch the instruments in the music room is the most unrealistic thing ever. But like reading that and all the subtext, I was like, going to the music room to touch instruments, huh? But anyway, now I can finally learn what these shoes are.
Welcome back. Oh,
Yeah, nobody asked where that guy lives. But anyway, right, equipment. I am correct? Okay, yeah. That would be understandable, yeah. So, okay, Shoes of Bane. Null Dark Insta-Kill, okay. Well, then that's good for Ken. What was the other thing that we got out of that? Infrared Goggles. Null Fear, okay. Those aren't as good as I thought, but Null Dark Insta-Kill is good for Ken, I guess. If you can even use these shoes. Yeah, you can use these shoes. So, okay, good. This does mean that he can still end up being weak to regular dark skills, but just not insta-kill. Oh, right, I've heard, though, that Elizabeth... Wait, no, if you have that for Elizabeth, she'd kill you, right? Yeah, Ryoji is canonically... I would say pan, I guess? Maybe? Because, like, he likes the female protagonist, too, but, like, it doesn't really seem to be a gender thing. I don't get the idea that gender really matters to him. It's more that he just loves people for themselves. That's, I guess, kind of how I see it.
So...
Like, yeah, and now I'm just thinking of headcanons, because, like, Elizabeth is probably, like, pan as well, but, like, in a different sense that, like, I don't know exactly what my... You know, maybe, honestly, okay, maybe I think of Ryoji more as demisexual, in the sense that he really, it's just that strong emotional bond that he has with the protagonist. Like, I kind of don't really see Ryoji having feelings for anyone else, like, even, like, I don't really see that even being possible for him. So, yeah, again, new headcanon. This is just my own personal headcanon, but I headcanon Ryoji as demisexual. And Elizabeth is pansexual. As a friend, I am replaceable, I guess. Yep. I think Yukari, I'm already done with Yukari's TV hangouts, yeah. Have we done Fuka's ones? We have not, okay. And this, I don't know if this would give us enough points for the next rank. It might not. These don't really give a lot of points at all. Also, that won't be necessary. No, we're not talking about Valimar here.
There are white spots on the leaves here. I think I've seen...
Oh,
something
Joker
like
the
this in a
Kitsuneko
book at the
Phantom Thief.
library.
Sorry if you're a little late. Well, you
Cotton
missed,
disease and vegetables and
you
flowers.
just missed, the protagonist, and Ryoji subtext essentially becoming canon.
What do we do? What if the plants die?
Don't worry, we have the ladybugs. The ladybugs will say us. The ladybugs will save us. Farming with Fuka, exactly.
Oh, right. If we take care of it now, it might not be a problem.
She'll find all the weaknesses in your farming methods.
From what I can tell, it doesn't look too serious yet. What did the book say? We just need to cut off the white parts and... That's right! Vinegar!
And you miss Ryoji and MC making out in 4K. Also, fan art Mitsuru, yeah. You know, Luna Amethyst, I honestly, I can see Akihiko as asexual. Like, I can definitely get that. That kind of makes sense to me.
It's said to put some diluted vinegar on the affected areas. I'll go get some from downstairs. I think that's about everything we can do.
I mean, ladybugs are definitely hardcore if they can scare Clone Andy.
Picked up the fallen leaves, and the air circulation is good now too. Everything should be fine now. All that's left is to trust they can recover. Thank you for today.
Our plants nearly died. I feel closer to you.
I wouldn't have been able to save the plans if you hadn't been here.
I don't remember that at all in Persona Q. Oh, unless in Persona Q that was his wedding event, which I haven't seen.
I'm still a little worried, but please let me help out again sometime.
This is chat. We discuss headcanons for everything, exactly. Speaking of, I actually do have a highlight reel of the furry incident ready to go up. I'm actually avoiding uploading that just in case I get sick and I need filler. Not that it's filler or anything, but like, you know, yeah. Akihiko loves 7-foot-tall muscular women. Well, now you're just making me think of Unicorn Overlord, because apparently there's a character in Unicorn Overlord named Amalia, who you recruit from the arena, who's this gigantic muscular woman, and apparently a whole bunch of people play the game entirely for her. Ah, damn simps. Like, you know, I mean, you know, you do you. If that's what you're into, that's fine, but I just don't like it when people only play games because they simp one of the characters.
Yes.
Yeah, I just had to mention it again. Yes, there was no way I wasn't highlighting that. And, yeah, some Asian actually helped with the editing on that, by the way, so thank you so much for that. No, Yukikari, no way, no, don't bring that up. Don't ever bring that up again. I'm interested for research reasons. Yeah, you can look up Amalia if you want. I have no idea, like, what she's like as a character, but yeah. Yuko, Bebe, Keisuke. Hang on, we got a lot of people that we can rank up today. So let me just check my social links right now. Time to Google. Oh boy, Luna Amethyst, you're gonna encounter something. Okay. So Chihiro's 8. Oh, Fortune's only 5. 8 though, and Temperance only 5. I'm starting to wonder if I might actually miss out on some of the social links though, which is kind of a shame. I probably should go for Star at least because that has Hallel. There's also Bebe though, but Yuko's really good. I probably should go for Yuko. And I believe I do have a strength. Oh yeah, I still have Siegfried. Wait, no, I have Kali, who's still strength. Oh hey, Joker, the Phantom Thief, you have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, yeah. And wedding plans were on track, that's great. Okay. Oh boy, I just remember what the last rank we did of this was. Speaking of the incident. Hey, some people choose Pokemon versions based on which professor they think is hotter.
So then I went to ask about it after class, and you know what happened?
Thankfully, that only happened for Scarlet and Violet, because the others didn't have exclusive professors. But, okay, let's see. Strength. What options are the best ones for this one? This is rank 9, so we're getting pretty close. Oh, we're gonna have to reject her. Well, that's gonna suck.
Miss Miyahara just wouldn't stop talking. She wrote out some weird math formula and said, beautiful, isn't it?
I'm in love with math formulas. Yeah, why is it with like lovers in the air at Gekokan right now? With Ryoji, and now the teacher wants to make out with math formulas.
All it did was make me more confused than I originally was.
Rank 10 is
ask
when
again
Yuko
tomorrow.
shows us her fursuit. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't think this one matters. No, it doesn't, yeah.
You think so? I guess it just feels wrong to not try and understand something. Anyways, I decided to start being serious about my future. Remember when I told you about what happened to me at school? It was when I handed in a blank answer sheet for that pop quiz and got yelled at by a coda. Back then, I just wanted to graduate and go to a community college or something. But after coaching those kids, I started to realize something. I enjoy helping people who are willing to give it their all. So, I finally figured out what I want to do with my life. Can you guess what it is?
Yeah, an instructor gives the most points here.
Close. You almost got it, Mr. Ex-Assistant.
I do think that, yeah, I can see why Pokemon might want to ditch the multiple versions thing, but the thing that I feel with that is that, like, I think it was always meant to be a socialization thing. You were meant to meet people in real life who own the opposite version and trade with them, and that's just a lot less viable outside Japan, because in Japan, handhelds are just more common.
I'm thinking of becoming an athletic trainer.
Yeah, exactly. Weird jokes aside, I do think Yuko is really cool. I like her a lot more in this version.
It's their job to monitor each athlete's diet and help them plan their training routine. So I'll go to professional school once I graduate, and then work towards earning my certification when I turn 20. Between the general education requirements and the classes for my major, it's gonna be over 350 hours. That's why I'm gonna start studying right now.
Even more than you normally do, like in Japanese school.
Improving my writing is my first goal. It took me all night to finish that 3-page essay. But those kids had a huge influence on me. I know I only agreed to coach them on a whim, but teaching them really made me think. I started wondering what I could teach my own kids one day, and I realized I didn't have the slightest clue. If you hadn't been there with me, I don't think I could have stuck it out until the end. And I definitely never would have thought about my future either. So, thanks.
Yeah, I would say Yuko is like one of my new favorites too. Her and Fuka, I think, are some of the most improved. Oh, and Michael. Let's not forget Michael. Michael's great too.
Also,
Yeah, I don't know if Yuko is tanned or biracial. I'm not sure, honestly.
I know I'm always asking you to stick around and help me with stuff. I kind of feel bad about it. I'm sorry.
Oh boy, here it comes.
I realize now that I might have been relying too much on you.
You can rely on me even more. Oh boy, I don't think this is. This isn't the split.
Why are you so nice to me?
Here we go.
Are you like this just with me? No, that can't be it, huh?
Yeah, I agree that Yuko is one of the few non-party romances I like. Her and Hifumi from P5. A lot of people really like Chihiro, but I was never a huge fan of Chihiro as a romance. Here we go. It's because you're a close friend. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course. I sure am lucky to have such a good friend who's so kind and reliable. Though sometimes you worry me a little. Sometimes you say suggestive things with a straight face, you know?
Oh no, that is him. Also, it's Ryoji influence.
I get the feeling you might give someone the wrong idea. So you should really be careful about that. It could land you in some hot water.
Yes, be careful what you say because you might accidentally trip romance flag for something that you don't want.
That's the way.
Yeah, she doesn't actually take it that badly, which is nice. Yeah, she doesn't take it badly.
Sorry, this isn't what I wanted to talk about. Thank you again for coaching with me. I'm glad I had someone like you to rely on.
Shezo moment, yeah, I love Shezo from Puyo Puyo. I can't believe that game got an E10 rating.
Next time, I'll be there to support you.
Or isn't it just like an E rating? Like, it was some really low rating.
If there's anything I can help with, just let me know, okay? We're friends, aren't we? I'm gonna head out. Gotta work on my modern literature and English today.
Why is it that the first thing I thought when she's like we're friends, aren't we? Is like, please, you're my friend, right?
See ya.
Sonic 06 Silver probably doesn't sound that whiny, but in my head he sounds like that. It all depends on me. I've kind of recently realized that, like, Silver is part of the reason why I'm not a huge fan of Shadow, because, like, Silver was my silly meme character. But anyway, full moon time. Yeah, summon Juno and search around just in case some things happen. Things. Yeah, no, I'm so glad this wasn't like P5 Haru at all. Clashing personalities, yeah, something like that. You could say it that way. Yeah, it's no use isn't even my favorite Silver line. And then he got voiced by Axel in Generations, which is kind of insane. No Tartarus tonight. You know, come to think of it, I just realized something. I think Silver is one of the only characters that Sonic never references in idle dialogue in Frontiers. I don't think he ever talks about Silver in that game. Which is kind of weird, because I think he references everyone else. Like, literally everyone else, including Tangle, who we didn't even know was canon to the games at the time. Yeah, no, I like it when you know, people take rejection well. Oh wait, hang on. No. I did not mean Mega Man X Axel. I meant Axel from Kingdom Hearts, Quentin Flynn. If it was Mega Man X Axel, it would be horrible. If it was X7 Axel, but it would be great if it was X8 Axel. X8 Axel was really good. I'm pretty sure I got all the missing people. Yeah. But yeah, like what was it again? Yeah, Axel and Mega Man, like, the voice acting in Mega Man X8 is amazing. Like, in general, really good voice acting in that game. Especially after X7. They really learned from X7. Yeah, I've been watching somebody stream the Mega Man X series, so I might be having some Mega Man X brain rot, soon. But yeah, I do like, I do like Axel in general. Like, everyone hated Axel in X7, and then in X8, he's actually really, like, a really good character. He interrupts the final boss's, like, generic villain speech with like, just by shooting them a lot with rapid fire. Just be going like, yeah, you shut up. Yeah, he's really good in X8. Yeah, I forget how Sonic references Jet in Frontiers. I do love his reference to Zavok, though. I wonder how Zavok's doing. Terrible, I hope. Nobody likes Zavok. I'm pretty sure nobody likes Zavok. Anyway, we're gonna go for a dating site note with Fuka. This is a really weird night to be actually doing this on, by the way, if you know what's coming. Yeah, Mega Man X Command Mission sounds really interesting, because it's like a turn-based RPG for Mega Man. Yeah, but I agree though, the P4 Sun drama rejection is by far the worst rejection, but also, Haru in P5 is also pretty bad. Silver and Axel, my first game sucks syndrome. Yeah, they probably would be good friends if they met up. And there actually was a Sonic and Mega Man X crossover in the Archie comics, so maybe they did meet up. I Fans out there if they matter. No, Zavok is not dead. He's definitely not dead. He was in Team Sonic Racing, of all things. I don't know, like, why he's still around, but he is. I believe his current status is permanently banished to Lost Hex, but he might come back. Yeah, the other thing I know about Command Mission is the manual intentionally misspelled one of the characters' names just to hide a plot twist. I've never actually heard of that ever happening in anything.
I've been looking for you. What are you doing here?
I kinda just ended up here somehow. It's so strange. The sky and the ground look all weird, and there's no one around. Something bad's happening right now. But for some reason, I feel at peace.
Have you forgotten?
Yep, it's time for massive plot.
What?
This is the dark hour. Ordinary people shouldn't be free to roam about. You've adapted to it somehow. Too well for a human. I finally understand. That's why I feel this way whenever you are around. You are dangerous. You are my enemy.
Your enemy? Enemy.
I mean, I could make jokes here about shipping wars because both of them are thirsty for Gary Stu, but I'm gonna let the rest of this scene play out without that.
That's right. It was on a night like this, with a full moon. It was a long time ago.
Yes, we've met once before. You and I were enemies.
Who am I? Who are you?
I am Aegis, the last of the anti-shadow suppression weapons. I was created to destroy shadows.
Created to destroy.
Then he said, I must fight the shadows, and then, no, Ryoji, you are the shadows.
And your true name is Death.
And then Ryoji was death.
You are the shadow I sealed away 10 years ago.
Shadow?
And anime cutscene of Aegis being awesome time. She has activated butterfly mode. Which I believe is why it's called Papillon Heart.
Yes, 10 years ago, on the night when I was born, I stood on this very bridge.
My sole purpose is to destroy shadows. That is the reason why I was given both a sense of self and a persona.
I am the bearer of the 13th Arcana. Everyone knew me as Death. But when I came into being, a part of my power was broken off and scattered. I wasn't at my full strength back then. I was incomplete.
Even so, your power was still far too great. Since I was unable to defeat you, my only option was to seal you away. However, under the circumstances, there was only one suitable vessel. A human boy who had the misfortune of being nearby. I had no other choice.
Now I see. I was inside of him all this time.
And that line suddenly takes on a whole new meaning with the
To
subtext.
discover my 12 missing pieces. And then... I get it. I understand now. I remember everything. I know exactly who and what I am.
Palladius!
Don't be foolish, I guess. You can't win. I'm even stronger than before.
The machine is created to serve a specific purpose. I will destroy you. That is my only reason for existing!
It doesn't have to be that way, I guess.
Sorry. I can't carry out my mission. I'm a machine that can't fulfill its purpose. I have no reason to exist. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm scared.
I don't remember that happening in the original. The bit about being scared.
Juno, did something happen?
That's kind of cool, honestly. I like that. I don't know if that's another portable thing, but I don't remember that part of the scene. But yeah, I do think that's a pretty good scene overall, and yeah, also, so yeah, it's pretty heavily implied, but yeah, Ryoji was Pharos the whole time, so mysterious creepy boy evolved into mysterious creepy teen.
Yukari? What's the matter?
And that's why I am okay with Ryoji's, like, development, because he technically has been present for a lot of the game. He was Pharos. So, like, you've been with him for a while.
Well, I realize it's a full moon tonight. You did too, huh? Oh, God. I'm turning into a workaholic.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't like the addition of the portable dialogue. Mostly for me, it's fine. The only issue I have is the opening cutscene with Yukari. I don't like the fact that there's dialogue there now.
Wait, is something actually going on?
We're not certain of anything yet, but we can't find Aigis.
Aigis on her way to be underleveled for a good bit? Oh boy, I forgot that you lose her as a party member for a while.
What? Where could she have gone?
At one point, I was able to sense a persona, but I lost Aigis right after that.
You sensed a persona? Could it have been Strega?
Well, she hasn't detected any of them, but we can't be positive.
I don't know what the movies did with Ryoji.
I've pinpointed her location.
So if anyone can explain what the movies did with him, that'd be appreciated. I still haven't seen the movies.
The Moonlight Bridge.
All right, call the others. Let's see what's going on over there.
Okay, so apparently there's a Yonkoma where one night visited by Pharos, Femc asks him to call her my queen. Cue Ryoji calling her that, and Femc is horrified and confused. Okay.
Aigis!
I'm sorry. I remember everything. I remember who I am, who he is. Leader. I know why I wanted to be by your side. I'm sorry. I failed.
It turns out it wasn't because I'm in love with you, it was because that I sealed something inside you a long time ago. I'm sorry if you got the wrong idea.
I'm sorry.
You have no reason to apologize.
You?
I will say though, Alex Lee is doing a really good job as Ryoji. Like, I am liking this voice performance a lot.
Ryoji-kun? Wait, what are you doing here?
Aigis!
Well, she's dead, but we're down another party member, guys.
What is going on? It's all my fault.
You did this?
Hold on, Akihiko. He's not showing any signs of aggression. Now tell us.
Yeah, I don't know why Igus got sealing powers either. That is kind of confusing to me. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure the fight with Death on the Moonlight Bridge is the final boss of Igus the First Mission, the mobile game, that is actually getting ported now.
Who or what are you?
Okay, so in the movie, the third movie is basically all about Makoto and Ryoji's relationship. They spend a bunch of time together and Ryoji constantly finishes Makoto's sentences. Yeah, that makes sense.
Turns out, I'm not so different from the creatures you call shadows.
You're a shadow?
I'm more than just an ordinary shadow. I'm the Appriser, born from the union of the 12 Arcana.
It turns out Strega was trying to prevent the birth of the ultimate Rias all along.
The Appriser.
I remember everything now. The terrifying truth about the shadows and about me. I can't. It's all so hard to believe.
You know the truth about the shadows?
I do.
What?
The shadows are here to facilitate the rebirth of the maternal being. As for the Appriser, it draws the maternal being to it, allowing her to awaken.
And the Appriser. That's you?
That's right.
His maternal being. What is it?
She's on a level of her own. No words in our language can describe her. 10 years ago, a man collected hordes of shadows and contained them in a laboratory. That's where I was born. But the unification was interrupted, and I awoke before I was complete. After that, Igus took me down, and I returned the favor.
Igus? Is this for real, Ryoji?
She knew she couldn't destroy me completely. So out of desperation, she sealed me within a child who just happened to be nearby.
Yeah, I'm not really just, like, because I'm okay with him happening to be nearby, because it's established that his parents died in a car accident, but like, I don't, like, how does Igus have the power to seal shadows? That's a little bit awkward to me.
That child grew up carrying me inside him, and by some twist of fate, he later made his way back here.
You know, I only just noticed that, like, the interface in the upper right-hand corner has, like, dark hour and the words are, like, waving like an ocean. That's really cool.
He even transferred to your school.
Yeah, Ryoji kind of is like you-know-who from P4. He and that person would probably get along really well.
A transfer student? You don't mean...
That's right.
You don't mean I've been dating the embodiment of death all along?
I've lived inside him for a long time.
Inside? Yeah, they write themselves.
But how...
And when his persona awakened, the 12 shadows did as well. All in order to become one with me.
Oh yeah, that would explain why Thanatos suddenly appeared as well. Yeah.
Ryoji, you're the Appriser? And you were inside of him? How the hell do you expect us to just believe all that?
It's all my fault. I'm sorry. But there's more I need to tell you.
Ryoji-kun!
He's completely worn out. Let's let him rest for now. Igus needs us too.
Yeah, Ryoji kind of is the Ventus to Gary Stu's Sora.
We'll pick up where we left off after that.
Yeah, I guess she inexplicably had sealing jutsu that day. Oh yeah, because they did seal the Nine Tails inside Naruto, kind of on short notice, similarly to this, didn't they? Yeah, there we go. Feros was actually Ryoji. So we kind of had two social links with him. And in Persona 3 Portable, you literally have two social links with him then. I guess that would make it one of the few characters that you have, like, two social links with.
He's awake now. Let's meet tonight on the 4th floor.
Yes, of course, the 4th floor, because, you know, 4 is pronounced the same as death in Japanese culture.
Got it.
All right, I'll see you then.
I do like how serious everyone is, though.
Damn you, Ryoji.
It looks like we're all here.
So now, more plot.
Are you okay, Ryoji-kun?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks. Besides, I have more to tell you guys.
Ryoji-kun.
Then allow me to jump right in. We have many questions that need answers, after all. Yesterday, you said the shadows were here to facilitate the rebirth of the maternal being.
Yeah, a lot of hospitals in Japan specifically don't have 4th floors. Because of, yeah, they think that would be a bad omen.
Tell us more about this. What happens if she returns?
The maternal being is called Nyx.
And here we go, the first mention of Nyx. I still need to look into the full Nyx lore, because Nyx has some very complicated lore that isn't fully revealed in the game itself.
Who the hell's Nyx?
Nyx is the mother of shadows. In ancient times, she bestowed death upon this world.
Yeah, I agree with your take on why Ryoji is Fortune Arcana, some Asian. Yeah, it's about, like, being unable to fight his sort of fate of becoming death, even though he wants to live in the world and enjoy life.
If she awakens, the world will be swallowed by darkness, and all life will perish.
In the movies, Ryoji beats everyone's personas and blows up Midnight Bridge when he explains all this, okay.
All life?
Are you saying everyone will die?
Yeah, it is actually canon that Nyx killed the dinosaurs, by the way. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's actual canonical lore.
It'd be more accurate to say that we'll all surrender the will to live.
Wait, are you talking about the Lost?
Yeah, wow, that's probably even worse than everyone dying, honestly.
The fall.
But there's still a way to stop it from happening, right?
Yes, Moros is Jin's persona. So yeah, Thanatos, Hypnos, and Moros are all children of Nyx in Greek mythology, and it's no coincidence that they're the personas of the protagonist, and 2 of the Strega members. I forget exactly where it was stated that Nyx killed the dinosaurs, but I think it was in that same Persona Club book that explained her lore. But I'm pretty sure it is canon.
What? Don't tell me there's nothing we can do.
I'm sorry.
Wait, why are you apologizing? Are you saying there's no way to stop it?
That's right.
Aqualantern, the thing about being the mother of all shadows, from what I remember of the lore, it doesn't actually contradict the collective unconscious. It's more than like Nyx came to the planet back when it was still developing, and she kind of sparked the collective unconscious in humanity somehow. I'm probably getting it horribly wrong, but I think it's something similar to that.
You heard the bell. That's when it was all decided.
Yeah, exactly. This version of interpretation of Nyx and Thanatos is very different to the Hades versions. And you meet even more children of Nyx and Hades too.
I'm the appriser. The appriser of death. The fact that I'm here at all proves the fall is coming.
The fall is coming.
When will it happen?
I don't think you'll live to see next spring.
Oh yeah, wow, that line as well is just still... This line always hits me. But I agree, Crude Arrowhead, the only reason Hades' gods seem goofy is because you're not playing as a mortal.
That's barely any time at all. you guys freaking out about? Nick Schmicks, am I right? All we gotta do is win and we're golden. And we haven't lost a single fight yet, have we?
I mean, let's side with Junpei.
You can't win. When you're up against Nyx, power doesn't mean a thing. It's like trying to fight the inevitable, like death or the flow of time.
Yeah, I saw an old forum Let's Play that described it in a really, really cool way. They were saying that, like, defeating Nyx would be the same as defeating the color blue. It just doesn't work like that.
Nyx can't be defeated. She just can't.
What? This is bullshit!
This is all so sudden.
I was born from a collection of shadows.
Like, I feel like as well, like, to me, Persona 4 and 5, they did have some really dire moments later. They never really hit like this. Like a moment where you're like, oh, okay, we are like, the world is doomed in a few months and we might not be able to do anything about it. It's just, I don't know, like, I feel like P4 and 5's hopeless moments happened very late, like while you were fighting the final boss, as opposed to shortly beforehand. I feel like P3 builds up its like final arc a little better, but again, I am a P3 stan, so I am biased.
But now, I have a human form, so I can talk with you, laugh with you, cry with you. It's the gift I received for existing within him, and because of that, I can give you a choice.
A choice?
Nyx's arrival is unavoidable now. But you can choose to live in peace until she arrives. You just have to kill me. If the appriser disappears, all recollection of the Dark Hour would go with me, and that would erase any memories of this hopeless reality.
I agree. P5 Royal also has a great final boss. Yeah, it's the fact you have to wait for the hopeless inevitable instead of suddenly getting it dropped on you. Like in P5, it's like right at the end of the final dungeon, it's like, oh, everyone's getting erased now. And then in P4, it's like, I mean, you get the fog in P4, but you don't really know what the fog means until, like, right at the end. So, even that. But here, you've got, like, 2 whole months of, like, build-up to this.
There'd be no way for you to remember anything. When the fall comes, it'll happen in an instant. You won't have to suffer at all.
And there's also the fact that this is the bad ending choice too, like the whole idea of like, yeah, you can just forget everything and just die peacefully.
We'll forget everything?
And the fact that Ryoji like thinks of this as a mercy, and it kind of is, and you can see why he thinks that way.
I'm saying you can go back to your normal lives. And by doing that, you might buy a little time and delay the fall too.
Yeah, this explains why the fall happens a little later in the bad ending, I think.
Technically, I'm the same as Nyx, so I can't be killed. But thanks to him, there's a part of me that's become human. So if it's done by his hand, then it may be possible.
Ryoji-kun.
If you don't kill me, everything will stay just as it is. With no hope for salvation, you'll live every day paralyzed by the fear of your impending death.
But, like, that's just what living means in general.
And I don't want to put you through something like that.
I guess I don't like either choice.
I know. I don't want my memories to be erased. I mean, forgetting all this would be like trying to hide from the truth.
And yeah, this right here is just like why Yukari is an amazing character. She's the first one to say this.
Is that really such a bad thing?
If you, considering Persona 4, yes it is.
If you don't do this, all that awaits is despair greater than you can possibly imagine. You don't understand the terror of certain death. Don't make your decision without at least thinking about it first.
Why is this happening?
Yeah, if I had got to this point, like, totally blind, I would have been really, yeah, this would have been really interesting for me.
You don't have to decide right now. There's still some time. December 31st, New Year's Eve. You have until then to think about it. After that, I'll dissolve into the blackness of the dark hour and lose my physical form.
And I won't be able to make out with you ever again.
Ryoji.
When Nyx arrives, I'm going to disappear anyway. So please, don't worry about me. I'll be back when New Year's Eve rolls around.
I like how Koromaru is watching him leave. Yeah, Koromaru's watching him.
Hey! Ryoji, wait!
Stop, Junpei-kun!
And Koromaru also looks sad. Like, Akihiko did not move, Yukari didn't move. Fuka and Ken and Junpei turned to watch him, and Koromaru.
I felt Ryoji-kun's presence vanish just now. There's no point in chasing him. He's gone.
Yeah, he can kind of phase in and out of reality right now. It's just kind of a shadow thing.
Ryoji-kun.
I guess he'll be back.
Yeah, sadly without I guess we can't hear Koromaru's thoughts on this whole matter. You can literally see Ryoji's face suddenly turn sad as he walks away. Yeah, I love details like that. But it's a question of whether you want to die fighting or whether you want to die in ignorance, and, well, I feel like a lot of people would say fighting, but at the same time, most people in the real world haven't really experienced, like, actual life or death combat, and so I feel like maybe if you were put in this situation, like in real life, the real life you, well, like, would you be able to actually agree to fight this? Because it is something to think about in that, like, you know, it's one thing to make this decision from an outsider perspective, knowing this is a video game, and knowing that, like, you'll be able to, like, beat any final boss that will happen. But if like, you were in the story right now, and you were given this choice, who's to say you wouldn't take the easy way out? That's what I've always felt. Because just, as somebody who's never actually, and I mean, I haven't, like, again, as somebody who has never actually experienced, you know, being in a full-on, you know, life-threatening situation, it is very hard for me to know, like, what that would feel like.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, I also like how, yeah, you go a full month without knowing what the bell means until now. You kind of just thought that it was just something ominous. It's like, I went to the hot springs with him, I tried to perv on people with him, and now look what happened. Now he's said we're all gonna die. Yeah, and there's also the whole, like, I've noticed a lot of people who are saying they choose ignorance, but, because, yeah, it's also like with Maruki's reality. Like, who's to say that you would not choose Maruki's reality if you were in that situation? It would be a really tempting option. But yeah, it's a situation that many people would just hope they'd never have to be in. And now there is nothing available at all. So okay then. I'm kind of tempted to actually do a Yuko dating website, just in case I need more points for her rank 10. I might not, but I sort of want to try just in case. There's also Hidetoshi, I guess. Oh, and I just realized that you can buy these in bulk, so I'll get 10 of them. I know that's a lot of money, but, yeah. Ryoji wrecks Igus, wrecks everyone else, blows up the bridge, exposition dumps, and then everyone's gonna die, and then leaves. That's apparently what happens in the movie. I mean, yeah, for a movie, it's understandable they'd kind of connect the two scenes because you need to keep the pacing going. So yeah, let's just... I don't know if if this is actually going to be necessary, but I'm going to try. Yeah, she's listed under team manager. It's funny how the girls are all at the top. They kind of knew what players would really be thinking. Yeah, New Fangirl, it's cool that you have parents who actually understand, like, Persona. Not a lot of them do. But yeah, I'm talking about, you know, parents considering taking Maruki's reality. It's just, it is interesting to think about. Oh, and Color Your Night is going away soon. That's sad.
And then...
But yeah, it's like, if you haven't gone through the things the Phantom Thieves did, it would be a lot easier to pick Maruki's reality. Yeah, also, meanwhile, Amethyst Syndrome is fine. Let's all become emotionless shells and never have to think or feel anything again. Yes, the new religion. Absolute nihilism. Ceasing all existence. Some Asian Ryoji wakes up, is gay, does crimes, tells everyone they're gonna die, refuses to elaborate, leaves. And meanwhile, social links. Although, honestly, I feel like getting access to social links right now is kind of fine. Also, why is there a thingy? Oh, more requests from Elizabeth. Okay, that's why. Yep, apathy syndrome is getting worse. Literally, people are now apathetic towards apathy syndrome. We have now achieved maximum apathy.
Are you accepting a request?
Bring me my Christmas present. Wow, okay.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth, but you are definitely naughty.
I will await a report of success.
Okay, one of those. Retrieve the progress
I
report.
will await a report
Okay,
of
there must be more to getting those things in Tartarus now. Oh, but we can actually get the Greedy Shadow now. So I'm gonna Temper Slash, Hierophant, Titania, Attempt Shrine Visit, Sengoku Era. Oh, right! Oops, I forgot about that earlier. Sengoku Era Helm, okay. I need to go to Mr. Honor. I should still have enough time, but yeah, you have to go to the faculty office, I think. Wait, hang on. Somebody said my dad shot a rabbit and gave it to our chickens, then I got distracted by dogs. Okay. Well, that certainly happened. My dad had a cat that would kill rabbits. Elizabeth, now is not the time for Christmas cheer, exactly. Oh, Mr. Honor's not here. Oh, right, yeah, you have to sit through a lecture from a whole bunch of teachers before Mr. Honor comes back. I remember this quest now. Meanwhile, you're the one who wants to make out with math formulas. You know, given the way the collective unconscious works, Santa probably exists in Persona. That's something to think about. Because the sheer number of people who believe in Santa would probably manifest Santa in the Persona universe. Imagine if the next Persona final boss is Santa Claus. That would be incredible. Wait, you saw a seagull eat a rabbit like whole once? Okay. Yeah, you get snap boost from this, I think. Oh wow, that actually does mean falling in love with math. Yeah, the power of cognition makes Santa real. We need a Santa super boss now, exactly. Yeah, if Jack-O-Lantern and Sandman exist, Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny probably do too. Yeah, I'm surprised Santa has not become a SMT demon yet. It makes total sense for Santa to be in the series. Apparently there's something for me at the Iwatodai strip mall. I mean, yeah, technically speaking, Odin is Santa. I can't believe I realized that, but like, technically, yes, Odin is indeed Santa Claus. So, where will we get that thingy? Apparently there is something here. Oh, okay. Santa? I don't remember this quest being in the original. Something good you've done for the world. Oh, the missing people requests. That's cool. I mean, if you went this far without saving a single missing person... Oh yeah, Odin being Santa, yeah, it's in some of my Persona bios, but essentially some depictions of Odin, like with the beard, and like in Germanic folklore, are really similar to Santa. Christmas present, okay. Now, this does actually kind of remind me of something. Like, back where I live, we used to have a thing where, like, people would get, like, parents would get presents, give them to somebody in the community, and they dress up as Santa and come to the wharf and give all the kids presents as, like, Santa.
Good day.
It was like a local tradition. It was cool.
Are you accepting a request? Let's hear the result.
Yeah, my biggest disappointment with the compendium in this game is that Nata Taishi and Ares aren't in it. Because I would have liked to have seen both of them in HD. Wait, no, you're not meant to open it now! Oh. Where's got the hat? Where'd the beard come from?
Marvelous.
Unless this is like that horrifying implication in the Santa Claus movie where like getting the role of Santa causes your body to gradually transform into Santa. I never saw the first Santa Claus because I think it was probably too adult for me at the time. I saw the Santa Claus 2, which is kind of bad. Apparently 3 is even worse. But like, yeah, apparently the first Santa Claus movie is kind of disturbing.
Is that true?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Santa's ultimate attack, naughty or nice. It's debilitate or heat riser, depending on if you've done the harem route or not. Elizabeth has now become Mrs. Claus. And we get 3 rubies, okay.
Very well.
She used Margaret's hair, okay. So, what's the incense box do? Let's see. Oh, insta-heal. That means that if you get status, you instantly cure it at the start of your next turn, which is not, honestly, pretty good. In fact, I should probably get that to Yukari, because she can then cure everyone. Why the heck does she still have the luck band? Yeah, that's the movie where a guy accidentally kills Santa Claus and is forced to take his job. Meanwhile, there's a lot of apathy syndrome people around. Because that's happening. Yeah. So, like, Delibird's present. Yeah, the one that explodes. Bebe, Fuka. Oh, Fuka can go to rank 10. Mitsuru, Hitoshi. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and rank up Fuka. But first, I hope that Mitsuru's simp has new dialogue. Joan of Arc is a persona. Well, I mean, she's a demon in some SMT games, and darkly hilariously, she's weak to fire. Mitsuru's superfan has no dialogue. No new dialogue. But yeah, there is indeed a Jeanne d'Arc demon, and she is indeed weak to fire. They went there. So, this is going to be totally new to me. Because this is Fuka's platonic rank 10.
Okay, I think that does it for the gyoza filling. I thought it might be nice to add some textures, so I made sure there's plenty of vegetables mixed in.
I wonder if we still get the custom headphones gift, because that was always one of my favorite social link gifts to me. I believe Tome of the Void is in this game, to null most mental ailments. But I like meat.
Oh, there's plenty of meat, too. But there wasn't quite enough, so just try and pretend the vegetables are meat, too.
The life of vegans.
Next, we have to put the filling in the wrappers. But... where is she?
Sorry I'm late. It was a long day of practice. Oh, have you gotten pretty far already?
Welcome back. We were just starting on the wrappers. I invited Yukari-chan to join us. We were talking about cooking the other day, and she seemed really interested.
I mean, you almost never invite me to something like this, Fuka. So I was happy when you did. Have you changed recently, or is it just me?
Have I? In what way?
You just seem more at ease now. Or maybe it's more confidence. Don't you think so? Yeah, see? That's what I thought.
Really? Well, I'm glad if that's the case.
Oh yeah, Chie is definitely screaming for all the way from Inaba the lack of meat.
He's been helping me a lot recently, and been really supportive of me. So I think maybe that's why.
I see. You haven't been making moves on Fuka, have you?
No, it's not like that. He was just helping me as a friend. That's all, really.
Well, I trust Fuka, so I guess you're in the clear. But if you weren't, you'd be eating my fist.
Oh, the gyoza wrappers are going to dry out. Let's start wrapping, shall we?
Yeah, someone else in the chat did tell me that Yukari's dialogue here changes. Wait, doesn't P3P already have a gay route? There's Elizabeth, and for the female protagonist, and also, I guess, for the female protagonist. Of course, they only, you know...
Wow, it's so good!
They only give the girls gay routes because, you know... Just like Three Houses, having 5 lesbian options and only 1 gay option.
How are yours, Yukari-chan?
And the flavor and texture are perfect. I think this is the best gyoza I've ever had.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm still not a huge fan of that line.
There's plenty more white rice if you want to.
But then again, I don't like all the Makoto Fist of Justice stuff either.
Oh, I would, but... Sorry, I actually gotta get going.
I have to contemplate the meaning of my existence and whether I should accept a peaceful death.
I've gotta clean my archery uniform before tomorrow.
And also clean my archery uniform.
Oh, you can leave my dishes. I'll clean them when I get back.
Yeah, I do admit, yeah, we did get
You don't have to
Yuritsu
worry
and Yuri in
about
the DLC.
Besides, we'll save on water if we do them all at once.
The thing is, I was actually kind of hoping that it would be Balthus, because that would give a little bit more diversity in the male same-sex options.
Sorry about this.
Yeah, like, to be honest as well, out of the 5 lesbian options, one of them is Rhea, who's like no, and one of them is Sothis, who's also no. So really, there's only 3.
I'll make sure I can stick around till the end next time. But thanks for having me.
And one of those 3 is Edelgard, so yeah.
Did you notice she said next time? I was a little nervous at first, but I'm glad I challenged myself.
See, the thing that I like about Fuka's cooking is that it is at least portrayed realistically. Like, she does get better. She's able to practice. It's not like an actual, like, cartoonish abomination like the P4 bad cooking girls.
Oh, that reminds me. I have something I wanted to give you. You're always listening to music, so I thought you might like these.
Ah, yes, you still get the custom headphones. It's like, I like how they acknowledge that that Fuka is good with technology, and that the Persona 3 protagonist likes listening to music on headphones.
And I think you were a fan of this design, so I tried to match it.
New fangirl, my first playthrough I S-supported Sothis because I thought it would be platonic. Well, I mean, admittedly her S-support is not entirely, like, romantic, and all you get is Byleth's solo ending, with just Sothis' portrait being in the ending card, so you can interpret it platonically if you want. Shamir is also canonically bi, you just can't romance her. About that, I was in her like, I was watching somebody else's stream recently, and we had a whole conversation about that, because there's so many bi characters in Three Houses that Byleth can't romance, like Sylvain, and Manuela, and Petra, and Shamir. Granted, Shamir probably only has eyes for Catherine, but still. And yeah, this is another reason I love this. Like, it actually shows Fuka is good with technology. It's really, like, that aspect of her character...
How I told you I was pretty good with machines? Well, how are they?
Only really turns up here and in Arena. I wish it showed up more. My mind is blown. Hopefully my eardrums are not.
Pretty cool, right? Just kidding. Actually, I've decided I want to become more accepting of myself. I want to be able to say I'm proud of who I am. And I think this is the first step to reaching that goal. I'm going to be more confident in the things I'm good at.
Oh boy, wow, it must suck it's weird. I always get self-conscious. I'm worried that I am not doing this topic enough justice. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm treating it as a joke or anything. Cause, you know, not being LGBTQ plus myself, I always worry that I'm not doing it justice, but like, what I was gonna say is Sal does stuff. It would suck to be a lesbian and play Fates, and have your only option be Rajat. Like, as much as I don't entirely hate Tharja, having Rajat a second gen and a Yandere as your only option is like, yeah.
I hope you're happy with them.
Yeah, exactly. I guess Shamir, Sylvain, and the other bi characters don't find Byleth attractive. Meanwhile, yeah, maxed out social link.
I am thou. Thou art I. The bond thou hast nurtured hath finally matured. The innermost power of the High Priestess Arcana hath been set free.
You added a hi there that isn't even in the text.
We now bestow upon thee the ultimate form of the High Priestess within thyself.
Oh yeah, and having your representation also be Soleil. Yeah, Soleil kinda sucks. Which is a shame because there are aspects of Soleil's character that are decent. Like her whole thing about optimism and like wanting to be a ray of sunshine for everybody. And her relationship with her dad as well is pretty decent. It's just like, why is she also Angelica? Yeah. Okay, someone said, as a bi person, you definitely address it with more tact than a lot of other YouTubers. Well, thanks for that, yeah. Skahar, the instructor. Oh, speaking of Byleth.
But I'm not going to give up on cooking either.
It's so weird, though, speaking of which, of Fire Emblem, that, like, Ulster got his name reverted back to Skahar, because they changed it to Ulster in Awakening because Skahar's a girl's name. But they changed it back to Skahar in Heroes. And that makes me curious if they're doing a Fire Emblem 4 remake. Because why else would they revert a name back? Well, I mean, you know, Rakusis going to Lakusis, though. That was just a correction, because Rakusis was blatantly wrong.
I'll embrace the things I'm good at, but also find more things I can do.
The sad part about Angelica is Angelica Rogner from Trails of Cold Steel was almost good. Almost good. In CS1. And then they ruined her completely.
I'm going to change, one step at a time.
Ultimate Shadow, who is Angelica? You don't want to know. Angelica, to sum it up, is a character in Trails of Cold Steel whose pretty much entire character is that she is a lesbian who gropes girls without their consent, and that's her whole character.
Oh, if there's anything you decide you want to try doing, just let me know.
And later on, she hits on minors.
I'll always be here to help.
And this is treated as a fun comedic character trait. Yeah, Angelica is a thing that exists, and shouldn't. Nintendo really taking W's in terms of LGBT representation after Splatoon 2. Yeah, I've heard that Pearl and Marina is basically canon now. Like, pretty much all but canon. Yeah, I'm so sorry to tell you all about Angelica Rogner, but yes, that is indeed a character that is in Trails of Cold Steel. Like, look, the whole chat is just vomiting now over Angelica, which is the natural reaction, but yeah, she's really bad. She is by far one of the worst characters in Trails. Yeah. Yeah, Shirley's not good either from the problem with the Crossbell games is that they also have like 2 funny lesbian groping characters, and they both turn out to be villains. So at least it's kind of okay. But like, Angelica is not a villain.
That's...
How did they get approval? Anime tropes. Anime tropes is the reason. I wouldn't exactly say Leon from Shadows of Valentia is a gay character done well. He's very stereotypical, and his only romantic interest is already married to a woman, so he's kind of doomed to being unrequited forever. So I'm not really sure if he's the best representation. Like, he's a decent character. Like, even Niles is okay. But yeah. Like the reason why I don't have as much of an issue with Shirley is, again, Shirley is a villain. So, like, it kind of makes sense.
Sorry.
The tropes are still bad, but at the very least, Shirley is meant to be a hateable character. That kind of reminds me of Soleil from Fire Emblem a bit. It's come full circle, because Soleil is the reason we got into this topic in the first place. Yeah. Someone said Soleil is Fire Emblem's Angelica, and that's why I had to explain Angelica, so it's full circle. So yeah, now I've got a whole bunch of exposition to go through, but, I mean, most of this is pretty self-evident. Leon's insanely good as a unit. Oh, Ilya! Oh no, I forgot about Ilya! Oh, yeah, I hate Ilya. Yeah, the reason why Ilya... Yeah, so Trails has a bit of an obsession with characters like that, sadly. Also, they also turn it down with Shirley. She only gropes once in Cold Steel 3 onwards. That's still once too many. But like, anyway. Ilya, I forgot about Ilya, I must have blotted her out. The thing that sucks about Ilya is, you are meant to like Ilya. You have to save Ilya's life, like, 3 times, and you're expected to be invested enough in her to want to save her life, and yet her first scene is non-consensual groping. Yeah. And I would appreciate if we maybe got off the topic now, because it's getting creepy. But yeah, that's my rant out of the way. Risha is not... Risha's fine, for the most part. Everything about Ilya's writing is stupid and awful in Reverie. Oh no, I thought her writing was stupid and awful in Crossbell, and those games have good writing, so like, wow. I'm not looking forward to her in Reverie. I hear something about her in Reverie, but like, yeah. Surge in Persona users. Huh. Yeah, I guess, but some of you awakened before he did, so I'm not sure how that makes sense. Oh yeah, archers are good in, yeah. Like Ilya has some okay moments in Crossbell. Oh yeah, shifting gears to more positive representation, how I feel about Sylvando. Sylvando, I feel, is like a camp gay character done right, because Sylvando is just presented as a really wholesome guy who just genuinely loves helping people. And he has a relationship with his father that does kind of, imply, kind of a coming out subplot as well, without really directly saying it. But like, Sylvando is just a great character in general. And he is very over the top and stereotypical, but he's not, it's never treated as a joke. He's just treated as an all-round good and heroic person who just happens to be like that. It's like I honestly, I haven't actually played Dragon Quest XI at all, but I kind of want to. But like Dragon Quest XI is it's a game that does like cliche tropes but spins them in a new way and just does them in a very genuinely heartfelt way. I just like it's very much just a very basic Chosen One versus Dark Lord fantasy story, but it just does the tropes so well that it manages to be really good. And no, Ilya is not Ilyana from Tellius. They are not the same character. Although Heather from Tellius is a little bit like Angelica, but not totally the same effect. I almost wonder what would happen if they remade Tellius and gave Heather proper supports and endings, because I don't know. I trust them to depict her well now, but like back in the day, not really. Rosado, in my view, I don't think Rosado's sexual orientation is necessary to his character at all. Like, whatever he is, it's just fine. Like, I don't really have any particular, like, headcanon in mind there. Honestly, to me, Rosado actually comes across as ace. But like, it's more about gender expression with him, rather than sexuality. I don't, like, the thing that I like about Rosado, the thing that I like about Rosado is that, like, in the 90s or the 2000s, you could not have a character like Rosado without at least very heavily implying that he was gay. Because that would be the only explanation for him acting so feminine. But now it's just like, yeah, now people have realized that that doesn't equate to sexual orientation, and you can present in a very feminine way, still use he, him pronouns, and have it have nothing to do with who you like romantically. And I like that about Rosado a lot. I like that it's not really treated as a big deal. But yeah, I agree that Dragon Quest XI is basically just, like the absolute incarnation of simple does not mean bad. Yeah, Ryoji in Reload is very definitely, again, I see him as demisexual for the protagonist rather than like a particular other orientation. Like, I think it's more a case of like, of that, but yeah. Isn't Guilty Gear the one that has Bridget actually come out as transgender? Yeah, Kaiser with they them pronouns made you, like, I was not expecting they them pronouns, but like I always thought that Kaiser was a transgender woman in the Japanese version at least, but I don't know. Yeah, them being non-binary kind of makes sense. I do think Limstella being explicitly non-binary although Limstella's more agender, I feel, than non-binary, but in Heroes was also cool. Oh yeah, Juniper's, yeah, okay, so while on the subject of like representation, I probably should go to, actually no, we don't even have a block of Tartarus opening up. And that wouldn't get me anything. I don't even know what to do today. I don't know. This is why I specifically didn't want to do the dorm events early, because I knew that late game, I would actually have, like, I would actually have nothing to do at night. But anyway, what was I saying about? It was about, like, Limstella and about, oh yeah, Juniper. So the thing that I like about Juniper is that Juniper is one of the very few times very, very, very few times that I have seen a non-binary character be crushed on by another character, and that not treated as weird. Like, one of the Colony 9 characters ends up having a crush on Juniper, and it's never portrayed as strange or anything, it's just portrayed as, like, totally normal. And the only weird thing about it is the fact that, like, the people of Ionios are only just discovering the concept of romantic attraction. But, like, it's just, you don't often see non-binary characters in romantic subplots, even though Juniper's pretty much oblivious to it from what I remember. Oh, okay, this enhanced ambush. I didn't realize it would. I guess we did find something to do with our night. Yeah, so from what I remember is, as well, like, people got really mad on Twitter over the art book confirming that, A identified as female. But here's the thing that I feel about that. That just means that Ontos is canonically gender fluid, and Alvis is canonically trans. So it's still representation. That's all I had to say about that discourse. But, like, if A does identify as female, it basically just means that Alvis is trans. And again, Ontos is canonically gender fluid. I think apparently Xenoblade 1 actually did mention that like that the Hyentia Seer has been female in the past. So there was already precedent for Ontos being gender fluid. Because if Ontos has appeared in both male and female avatars, then it would make sense that they are gender fluid. I do agree that Ontos is kind of what I wish Ryoji was. Ontos is definitely that kind of character done right. Like, yeah, the thing is that, yeah, Kite's crush is played for laughs. It's played for laughs because he doesn't know what a crush is. And he's really confused. Like, that's why it's played for laughs. Like, to me, it almost feels a little bit more like the Sonic Amy thing in, like, Sonic Boom. Like, it's played for laughs because he's a big dork about having a crush on someone. Like, so... And, yeah, the fact that it happens to be a non-binary person doesn't matter. It's just, the fact that he has a crush, period, is just really funny because he's never experienced that before. And he's like, why am I feeling weird when I'm around this person? What are these feelings that I can't explain? Why do I want to be near them more? But, yeah. Also, yeah, Rex is best LGBT ally. I mean, considering that, like, Pyra, Mithra, and Nia are all, like, canonically bi, it makes sense. And we are gradually maxing these links. Of course, we also have Nozomi, who's, like, what, like, rank 8 now? Horrifyingly. Oh, what are my thoughts on Robin Newman? The thing about Robin Newman to me is, like, a lot of people think that Robin Newman kind of works as, like, a trans metaphor in, like, the opposite way. I don't think Robin Newman is, like, transphobic at all or anything. And, like, the fact that, like, the thing about Robin Newman is, they feel better being a girl. Like, they've been forced to present the wrong way their whole life, and when they finally get to reveal themselves as their true gender, they're immensely happy. And to a lot of people, that works as a trans metaphor, even though they are cisgender technically. It's like how a lot of, like, romances in general, like, a lot of works like using, like, somebody realizing they're straight as, like, a metaphor to help straight people understand gay people coming out. I feel like Robin Newman is the equivalent of that for, like, trans people, if that makes sense. But anyway... Mitsuru Kirijo, Chihiro Fushimi, Yuko Nishiwaki. This has just been the Pride episode. But okay. We've got, oh, that means we have to reject, we've got all the rejections now. We're gonna have to reject, her next. I believe I do have Justice Persona. I do not have a Justice Persona, okay. I feel like going for Chihiro's today, though. I mean, I'm not entirely sure I would consider Athena an ally, considering she forcibly outs Robin in court just to kind of help her defense, but still. I mean, granted, Athena didn't actually realize that's what she was doing until she did the mood matrix, and she was like, oh, you feel really sad about not being able to present as a girl. Oh, okay, I've stumbled upon something here. Like, so I don't really feel like there's any maliciousness involved with Athena, because again, like, she just accidentally hit on that in a mood matrix, without really meaning to, but still. Yeah, Robin Newman is I will say, like, in general, though, even, like, regardless of representation, Robin Newman is an amazing character. Like, I love her, she's so great. Like, she's just so hammy after she reveals herself, and she's also like, studying to be an attorney. I would love to see her, like, actually in court, because that would be amazing. Because, yeah, she's a really, really fun character. I should remind people that Athena immediately followed up with accusing her of murder because Ace Attorney. I mean, yeah, again, it's Ace Attorney. It happens. She was, like, the only other suspect at the time, I suppose.
Please, take a look.
I, too.
Considering how much you've shipped her with Juniper, she might not just be an ally. I'm more an Apollo and Juniper guy, so sorry about that. But then Juniper never showed up in Spirit of Justice, but I kind of liked Apollo and Juniper as a ship, even though it's a bit of a cliche rescue thing.
Have you?
Can I make any
choose the
justice?
personas
I
you
cannot.
would like
Okay.
to fuse.
Yeah, last stream, the topic was shipping two platonic friends together and how I don't like that. And this stream is talking about, yeah, LGBT representation. But again, it fits for Pride Month. I need a Justice persona. Where are you, Justice? You are... Okay, below Chariot.
Please, is this acceptable?
Let's just take Bondage Angel. I'm kind of glad that Bondage Angel is not in Digital Devil Saga at all. It's like Archangel is the first angel you fight in that game. I'm pretty sure that regular like Bondage Angel is not in DDS. Yeah, Dual Destiny's Case 3 is interesting. I hated that case when I first played it. And then I watched a Let's Play, and I was like, wait, you know what? I don't hate this case anymore. I actually kind of like it. Meanwhile, my opinion on Case 2 flipped. I used to think that, like, everyone hated Case, everybody hated on Case 2 in Dual Destinies, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. And then I watched the Let's Play, and I'm like, no, Case 2 really is that bad. Whereas Case 3 is way better. It's funny how opinions change. Engage didn't just give Icon Soren subtext, it gave it text. Like, Soren outright says it in one of his Bond conversations, when, like, asked by somebody who's, like, the most... What is it, like, someone, like, who you think the cutest person is? I think it's Hortensia? And then Soren's like, even if I told you, you'd greatly misinterpret what I meant by it. Oh yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon fanfic with a trans Meryl. I mean, Meryl can canonically go trans, so yeah. Because of a glitch, but still. And there are real animals that can do that. Like, I believe clownfish can do it. So it's not, like, totally inaccurate for Meryl to be able to... I'm kind of sad they removed that bug. But now, depression. Because we're going to reject another girl.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, I like that Kirby is canonically agender, but also Kirby is canonically an Eldritch Abomination, so yeah. Yeah, I do think that Dual Destiny's Case 3 has a weak villain. The rest of its characters are good, whereas Dual Destiny's Case 2 has bad characters and a bad villain. It has a great defendant, though. I like Damien Tenma way more than I expected to. Damien Tenma's a really good character, and Jinxie's not bad either.
Attention, please. Fushimi-san of Class 1C. The Student Council President would like to speak with you. Please report to the Student Council room immediately.
So, I remember this rank being really awkward in the original. Really awkward. Especially now that we're starting Mitsuru's social link.
I repeat.
The president wants to speak with me?
It's Kirby. Who isn't an Eldritch Abomination in that series exactly?
Don't tell me she thinks I stole the money too.
Speaking of Ace Attorney and accusations. Let me make sure that I have the right options here. Chihiro Fushimi. I almost thought of that as Chihiro Fujisaki, but no, that's a different Chihiro from Danganronpa, who also people got angry about, but anyway.
Yes, you're right. She'll help us, won't she?
Yeah, I don't know why Amoongus is considered an icon.
And if I talk to her, at least I won't have to trouble you anymore. Shall we head to the student council room then?
Good. You're both here. I apologize for the sudden announcement. The reason I called you here is...
Dual Destiny's Case 4, I think, is meh. Dual Destiny's Case 5 is okay, but it is on the lower end of my final cases. The villain is pretty good, the reveal of the villain is good, and the moment with Athena and Simon, like, the whole mother, I don't like that people ship them, though, because, like, Athena was, like, sub 10 years old when he met her. But like, yeah, that part's good. Like the mummy, I'm taking mummy apart to fix her is good. But the rest of Case 5 of Dual Destinies I think is meh. It's not my favorite final case. Oh, a transphobic player got beaten by a Mungus. That's why it's an icon. Anyway.
It's because people are saying I stole money, isn't it?
I was about to talk about something else, wasn't I? But then I got... then the whole, Dual Destinies tangent happened. Oh, right, how the Pokemon community how LGBT Pokemon viewing... What I've always thought was interesting was how Nidoking and Nidoqueen, their shiny palettes are their other gender counterparts, implying that the shiny versions are trans.
Yes, that's right. I happened to overhear the rumors. First, I'd like to hear from you directly on whether you actually did it or not.
Miss President,
So I'm... Yeah, I feel like... Oh, either of these work, okay. I like the idea of making her assert herself, though.
Senpai. Okay, I can do this. I just need to be brave. I didn't do it.
Well, I thought as much.
You believe me?
Considering all the work you've been doing for the student council, I can't imagine you'd be the type to steal. I fully expected it to be nothing but a baseless rumor. I just wanted to hear it directly from you.
Oh no, I do like that Dual Destiny's final case does have a unique bad ending where the defendant gets acquitted, but the culprit gets away.
Miss President, thank you so much.
That said, we can't expect everyone else to be as understanding. As you have seen, people are openly sullying your reputation because they don't know you as well as we do. I'll figure something out for the time being. That's my duty as the student council president. Give me a hand, will you?
Why me? Hang on, Oh, right, yeah, either of these are fine.
I'd like your opinion on how to proceed.
Looking ahead to the next dialogue choice, it seems like the thing might still exist and that would suck.
You've spent more time with Fushimi, so you understand her situation much better than I do. I wish I could handle this right away, but I have other business to take care of. You don't have plans tonight, do you? Come to my room when you're available.
Yeah, this part's still here.
And I'd prefer you try not to be seen by anyone.
Wait, does that mean
Mostly just Mitsuru has terrible phrasing.
you two will be meeting alone?
Alone? I'm not sure I understand the problem. If too many people get involved, it could draw unwanted attention. The two of us can handle this, so you...
No, I can't allow that.
Fushimi.
So does this happen if you missed her love flag earlier? I'm curious because this rank is the entire reason I don't like Chihiro as a romance option.
All I have to do is clear my name, right? I can do something about it on my own.
Yeah, male Primarina is more common, by the way, as well. Like, massively more common.
I'm going to demand an explanation from the teacher.
Wait, Fushimi!
I clearly remember what happened that day.
And so, cue the testimony music from Ace Attorney.
You had a bandage on your chin because you cut yourself while shaving. I also remember handing the fee money to you directly. Or are you really going to say that this is my mistake?
Fee, money?
Give me an explanation right now, or else.
I'm so sorry. You're right. It's completely my fault.
Well, Senpai has been... Wait, what?
Well, the truth is, I accidentally took the money home with me. I've been meaning to bring it back here, but then I completely forgot.
What? What?
Chihiro accidentally finds the true culprit.
It's just the payment deadline was pushed back, so I didn't think it was that urgent. Then I kept forgetting to bring it in each day, but I figured I'd get around to it eventually. And, well, here we are now.
How could you?
I know, this is completely my responsibility.
At least he's taking responsibility, though, unlike a certain other teacher.
I'll make sure to explain everything. I'm sorry for the trouble.
Teacher commits tax fraud.
So there's the truth. I'm almost more dumbfounded than angry. How do you even call yourself a teacher?
Oh wait, you're also at this school. So like that makes 2 terrible teachers.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Miss President.
Yeah, okay, so the problem with if this was a coder so you could fire him, the problem is this would be optional content, so you wouldn't be able, and you'd be able to do this like early in the story. I think you can finish Chihiro pretty early, so yeah, I feel like you couldn't have it be a coder, because it would break the plot maybe if he got fired.
Everyone makes mistakes. Well, that concludes my business here. Let's go, Senpai.
Female Fennekin was your first starter, Sal does stuff.
Senpai, over here.
I got 2 female starters in a row in Gen 5. Both my Oshawott and my Snivy. My Oshawott in black and my Snivy in black 2 were both female. So that was the best starter luck I'd ever had.
Can you believe I went to the faculty office and said all that? I even surprised myself a bit. This whole thing is just...
Oh, what's gotten into you, yeah.
Come on, can you blame me?
Yes, let's not forget the teacher crushing on the student and chatting about it online to an internet stranger, who also turned out to be said student.
Remember when I said, I can't allow that to the student council president? It's just, when I thought about you and Miss President being alone in a room together, I got really mad at even the thought of it.
Huh. I mean, her tone here makes it a little better. Because, like, in the original, she used a lot of angry portraits, and she seemed, like, really like a massive jerk about this.
I've been like that ever since I was little. Or so my mom says. Normally, I'm quiet and timid, but when it comes to something I care about, I get really aggressive.
So the voice acting does kind of improve this, in my view.
It's because Senpai, there's something I want to say to you. Actually, I've wanted to say it for a while, but I didn't think I had it in me.
And incoming rejection.
But I think I can do it now.
But at least this sucked in, this sucks less now, because originally you were forced to prove her fears right by romancing both her and Mitsuru. Oh boy.
Senpai, I love you.
I like working with you, but... Oh, that's awful. But I have to say it.
Oh, I see. Then do you think we could still be friends?
Oh, I'm glad you have no option to say no to this. No. No, we can't be friends anymore. Oh, boy.
Thank goodness.
How many rejections are we going to enjoy? Okay, so we just rejected Yuko, we rejected her, we rejected Fuka. Mitsuru, we still need to reject. Oh, and Igus.
I'm just glad that we're still closer than when we first met.
The chat actually caught up to it. Yeah, wow. This is definitely the worst by far.
Oh, I still have to apologize to the student council president. I think I owe her an explanation, so excuse me.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of wish there was a no we can't be friends choice to reverse it, because that would be kind of funny. Well, I mean awful, but also kind of funny. You have been chromed, exactly. Do you suppose I said some things and it led to a weird, awkward love confession that you had to reject? Yeah, this is the anti... Well, it's not actually literally anti-Gary Stu, because we didn't reject everyone. I like how our portrait looks different, though. Yeah, it's still better than Yumi and Haru in P5. Somehow. Somehow. Yeah, apparently Muraoka buying a Risei calendar was meant to be a positive thing in Japan because of the idol industry and how brutally they're treated if their merchandise doesn't sell. So the fact that he bought her merchandise was meant to imply that he had a heart of gold deep down. Yeah, I love how Yukari is full-on, like, anti-fall right now. Oh hey, Natsuki's actually relevant again. Aigis' rejection. Apparently, Aigis' platonic rank 10 is very wholesome. Yeah, this is basically a big theme here. And I like it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the dating aspect of Persona as well, but I like choosing a... That's why I go for, like, the implied... Like, the main party members that kind of have feelings in the main story. But, I will say, though, I'm right at the end of Yakuza Like a Dragon, by the way. I am right at the end of Yakuza Like a Dragon, and you know what I'm working on right now? The harem side quests. Because that game has a harem for some reason, and it's really weird. I legitimately cannot tell if Yakuza Like a Dragon's harem route is meant to be a parody of Persona's harem routes, or if it's actually just a harem route. Because it's impossible to really parody that without it being just a harem route. So I really don't know exactly how... I only got one music note with Chihiro, so I'm actually kind of wanting to go for a dating site note with her, just to make sure. Just to make sure. Yeah, I wish they did more of the relationships in Persona as well. Like, really, you only get to hang out with them on Christmas. Like, I wish it affected things more in the story. But okay, Treasurer, I believe. She's not in the party, so she does not get the privilege of her name being here. Well, the thing is, you have to do harem in Like a Dragon if you want to max out all the side quests, because the side quests are just the romances. And it's really weird because it's not even, most of them aren't even consensual on Ichiban's part, is the weird thing. You'll just talk to one of the girls, and then suddenly, like, the girl at Hello Work in particular is really interesting because, like, she reveals a whole bit of her backstory. And it's really cool, but like, at the same time, it just ends with, oh, now that I've told you the real me, you're the only person I've told this to, we're now gonna bonk in the parking lot with the Hello Work boss watching. Yes, that's real. The only amusing thing about the harem route in Like a Dragon is when the one where Adachi walks in afterwards, and then Ichiban says, "I wasn't doing anything." That's admittedly pretty funny. Yeah, I hear Star Ocean 2 is kind of interesting. Like, it has relationships between, like, I think Fire Emblem does romance pretty well, typically, I feel. Okay, so here's my headcanon, okay? My headcanon is that just like the RPG battles in Like a Dragon, the romances also don't really happen. They're all just... In fact, it's even implied that Sayako and Ares are just a dream. Like, it's vaguely implied that those are a dream. But, like, in my view, just like the RPG battles, I know I'm repeating myself, but just for emphasis, like, I believe that, and they're not treated as canon in Infinite Wealth either, so my personal belief is that all of the romance events just didn't really happen. They're all just fantasies. Yeah, I do agree though, that line is amazing. I wasn't doing anything. Favorite canon couple in fiction? Oh boy. Estelle and Joshua is definitely up there in Trails in the Sky. Estelle and Joshua may be my pick, actually, because it's developed across 2 games very well, and they stay together in all the sequels, and it's still, like, developed, even in the sequels. Chandler and Monica on Friends is another one off the top of my head. Luxury fruit set, okay. Okay. That's a lot of money for just fruit, but I'll take it because I have the cash.
Thanks, kid. Bye-bye.
Oh, Han Solo and Princess Leia is pretty good as well. Majima X fighting Kiryu. Not Majima X Kiryu, Majima X the concept of fighting Kiryu. Yes, that is indeed canon. But no, I do think Estelle and Joshua are, like, actually amazing as far as couples go. Like, canon couples. Definitely one of the best written canon romances I've ever seen.
Oh, right.
Agnes and Tiz and Bravely Default's okay, but, like, I feel like it doesn't really get developed as much as it should. Then again, though, I never actually finished Bravely Default. Rex with Pyra, Mithra, and Nia is good too, I think. And Shulk and Fiora is nice as well.
Oh, thank goodness.
So yeah, we've yeah, there's a few. I know that I was discussing a lot of Pride stuff, and then it turns out that like all of my favorite ships are like, because sometimes I feel self-conscious about the fact that like almost all of my favorite ships in all media are heterosexual. It's just kind of a thing. I think it's more that like I don't experience a lot of media that has canonical same-sex ships apart from Critical Role, and Critical Role is like, I like Bo and Yasha, I like Aurum and Dorian, I like a lot of the gay ships on Critical Role. I don't like Aurum and Laudna, that's the only one I didn't like. That was a case where I feel like it would have worked better if they were platonic, but apart from Imogen and Laudna, I like most of the, yeah, it's a pretty common notion for somebody to not beat Bravely Default, which is kind of sad. I quit before most people do, honestly. I quit even before the time loops, so yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because I do feel like a lot of the LGBT ships that are popular online are with characters who canonically are not actually a couple, and I just don't really like forcing two characters together just because you think it's hot. Like, for example, I'm not into Sonic and Shadow at all. In fact, I didn't even realize that was a thing until this year. And I only recently learned how popular it was, and I don't get why it's popular. They don't even really interact that much. But like, you know, things like Joker and Akechi, I can see that. You and Yosuke, I can see that. It just kind of depends. Yeah, no, I do love how I watched Agnes and Tiz get together in Bravely Second in Japanese, and I fully understood it. I was like when she said like from now on my name will be Agnes Oria, and I was like, wait, did they just go there? Like, I was watching that in Japanese, and it was amazing. Yeah, it's true, we need more gay relationships in media. We also need like more asexual characters as well. On the next episode of Phoenix Ranger Featherman R, episode 42, Sleep in My Arms, Love for Love's Sake, but what about the battles? Okay, because we need more representation, I headcanon that is a gay ship, and that Featherman actually has a same-sex romance on it, because we need more representation. So yeah, that's my headcanon now. Yeah, why aren't the Featherman costumes in this game exactly? It's like, is this the only Persona game that doesn't have Featherman costumes in it? Like, really? I'm wondering. I think this might be the only modern Persona game to not have Featherman costumes. Oh, that's what's kind of cool about Transformers, because most of the Transformers are an asexual species, but, like, identify as male, and therefore they're homonormative. Like, that's kind of cool. But okay. Akinari. Let's go for Akinari. They were in P3 dancing. Okay, so technically speaking, the P3 cars do get to wear Featherman outfits, but they were paid DLC there, aren't they? Hey. Yeah, again, I don't know why Bowser and Luigi... See, Bowser and Luigi is another one that I don't really like because, it's people who are enemies and, like, Bowser's canonically trying to kill him for, like, or torture him for that movie. To me, that's like, no, definitely not. So here, there's something really sad about this rank in hindsight.
I'd like you to celebrate with me. As of today, I am a free individual.
Phoenix and Edgeworth, I definitely do see that, though.
No, not quite yet. Almost, though.
Please tell me you made the ending less depressing.
I just came from the hospital. They were going to admit me, but it's no longer needed. I guess my body is too weak to undergo surgery. So I've opted out of examinations and medication. I'm done with the hospital. Now, I'm just waiting for the end.
Well, this is a weird time to be getting this rank.
But I don't feel like I'm being singled out anymore. Everyone is waiting to die, all the same. Some just have longer to wait than others. But once the time comes, it's the same for all of us. I'm still a little lonely, but I've moved past the sadness.
Okay, sorry to interrupt this, but Sal does start mentioning your parents are dancing right now, and it's nice. I cannot believe that I'm actually seen somebody here with parents who are still together, because just about everyone I know has their parents divorced. It's kind of insane.
Could I get a better look at you? I want to remember your face.
So once we get to rank 10, I'll explain why this rank is sad.
Thank you. I'm a little bit tired today. The story is almost done, so I'll show it to you soon. I'll come see you again.
Yeah, everyone loves this social link. But yeah, Luigi and Daisy, you know, I do like that. I do wish there were more hints at it, though, because, like, they have some interactions in, like, doesn't she call him Sweetie in one of their partner interactions in Mario Tennis? I think she does. Oh, Cyberspace, your parents have been together since the mid-80s. Are you scared of death? Yes, let's just flat out say it. Huh. Well, that's a good way to look at it, though. Yeah, he's never really been on a wrap around it. Oh, there's a decent number of people here who do have their parents still together. So that's good. Sorry, I've seen so many divorced parents in my time. In fact, like, a group of parents that I thought were the only, like, healthy couple that I knew, turned out that he was cheating on her the entire time. In fact, I told that story during my original Persona 3 Let's Play, I think. Like, yeah, there were two people that I knew, who I thought were, like, the only stable parental couple that I knew. And it turned out that the husband had been cheating the entire time. And, yeah, that was a bit of a shock to find out. Oh, right, actual mum is not... Okay, so your stepmom stepped up. Yeah. Speaking of which, stepmothers get a terrible reputation in fiction. I really wish that there were more nice stepmothers out there. Yeah, my grandparents stayed together their whole lives, though. Yeah. I want to kind of save those, so... Don't really think there's much for me to do tonight, really. Has there, like, Elizabeth hasn't called about a change in Tartarus yet, has she? Because, like, does that happen after Igus comes back? I'm not actually sure. So people in the chat, could you please tell me if, like, there's anything like that, going on? Because I haven't had Elizabeth, yeah. Oh, wow, John Charles, you had parents temporarily divorce and then get back together. That's pretty unique. Oh, yeah, mother-in-laws that get a bad reputation as well. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep early. Or no, maybe there's some other notes I can read. Why do I talk about URLs being notes to read? I don't know why I do that. That's really strange. Really strange. It's later in the month, yeah, that would make sense. Everyone's still processing the whole, you know, inevitable end kind of thing. Let's try Muscle Boot Camp. Educational software about muscles! Yeah, the problem with Persona stack grinding is they don't carry over when you do fusions, and I don't really have any Personas right now that I want to take to endgame. We are promoted to Muscle Sergeant. Yeah, meanwhile Morgana is disappointed. Oh, it boosts your max HP, cool. Morgana is disappointed about me not going to bed early. Yeah, this is the point where, like, they tried to fix the night content, and then it turns out that it's still not great, even in this version.
Morning.
Keep a stiff upper lip, as they say.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't there someone in Persona 4 who was a stepmom? What? You mean the generally agreed worst social link in the game?
That's why.
Almost the end of the year, huh? Oh, no. Exams. Well, I guess that means more time to do Mamoru. And Nozomi. Oh, boy. So I believe in the original, these were the last exams, but this is your last chance to top an exam and get Mitsuru's social link unlocked. So if you didn't have max academics by now, yeah. Properties of certain elements that can exist in 2 or more forms, yet a chemically identical, yet physically discrete. This would be water, right? Stratospheric layer of molecules comprised of 3 oxygen atoms. 3 oxygens. Ozone layer?
Correct.
Oh, Mitsuru is now available during exams. Yeah, I've heard they did that, and that's way better. Like, I think in the original game, Mitsuru was not available for most of December because she was still deliberating over whether to kill Ryoji. And yes, blah blah blah, climate change blah. Ah yeah, I don't need to do anything about climate change because I'm gonna be dead before it happens. That is Persona 5 mentality right there. Don't fall into it. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with helping the environment. It's not gonna affect me personally. And then everyone thinks that way, and then nothing changes because Persona 5. You know we're running out of things to do when Nozomi becomes a viable option, exactly. Yeah, pretty soon we're not gonna have changing seasons anymore. Oh, it's only Mitsuru available? It's only Mitsuru and Nozomi. Oh. Oh dear. Hang on. Oh, we must lose access to everybody right now. That's actually really bad if that's true. Because that would mean that I might miss out on a lot of the school ones. Nozomi Suemitsu. What rank is Nozomi right now? Not quest. Although Nozomi is a bit of a quest, I guess. He's 8. Right. You know what? I kind of want to just get it over and done with. Rip off the band-aid. Let's rip off the Nozomi band-aid and finally max him out. I have Moon, don't I? I do, okay, because I have Seth, yeah. So here we go! Now, if I'm remembering right, this is the rank where they might have changed it to portable, where there's an automatic reverse. There's like a scripted reverse. But it's fine, it goes back again in the same rank.
My quota! I found someone else to welcome into our flock!
He has no shirt and a revolver. This is not going to backfire on me at all.
No! Speak of the devil! Oh, wow! Are you interested in joining too? Finally, paradise is smiling back at me. Yes, yes!
I need to make sure that I get enough points here, even though I don't really want to. This is rank 9, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no specific responses affect your relationship, okay.
Scam? I don't know what you're talking
Shadowblade, Nozomi isn't pulling off a bandage, he's ripping off your limb to escape a bear trap.
I'm trying to save these people. They've suffered in this world just like me. Someone as good looking as you could never understand. You have no idea what people like me have to go through. Fine. If you're gonna try and stop me, then you and I are through!
Yeah, here we go. So this didn't happen in Fest, this only happened in Portable.
Don't follow me around anymore. Only true believers are allowed into paradise.
I can't even begin to imagine how many blind players are freaked out by this, or are celebrating.
Huh? What is this? Is this an emergency? A serious emergency?
Yes, it is an unavoidable reverse. That was in Portable, but not in Fest. They moved the Portable version into this one.
So the world's coming to an end, huh? I think I remember some other cult saying stuff like that. Except they really weren't about initiation fees. It was more about giving up material wealth, wasn't it? Stealing ideas from real, actual religions. That's a textbook cult tactic, you know?
You mean this was all a trick?
Oh, yeah. You've been duped, kid. But not by us. You should blame that cult you believe in so much.
Yeah, to be fair, the idea of a blind playthrough getting Nozomi all the way up to rank 9 is pretty much a stretch.
Now that I know the truth, I almost feel sorry for you. But you had to take things too far. Try not to hit his face. If you leave any marks, you might be able to press charges.
Oh, don't worry. Nobody would ever want to press charges for people beating up Nozomi.
But if I die here, I'll be reborn, and I can go to paradise.
I mean, you know, yeah, serious talk though, you know, wishing death on people is not good.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. What? What are you doing here? After I said such awful things to you, that we were through. I'm freaking out! I don't want them to hurt me!
Yes, this is what happens when you're a Scientologist, Nozomi. And it's back again. Yeah, I do think that's interesting though. Like, I wish more social links had scripted reverses, because I don't think any other one does.
I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
Gross, dude, you're getting snot everywhere. Screw this, I gotta get to work.
I've had just about enough of this. Look, just forget about the money. But I don't ever want to see you near my son again.
Yeah, this is literally the "don't talk to me or my son ever again" meme.
You're so wonderful. You have such a kind soul.
But I'm worried now that I need another spin time in order to reach rank 10. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do a dating site note with Nozomi, aren't I? Just to be sure. Yeah, I believe in the in that like that comic about the protagonist being a jerk to all the social links, he actually joins in on beating Nozomi up in he actually does join in on beating up Nozomi. Okay, yeah, we can't go to Tartarus at all. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure the next time we go to Tartarus, it involves stuff.
Right.
Yeah, the dating site note is good. You don't unlock it until very late, though.
Yeah.
Fashion news, okay. Well, I mean, most people aren't going to survive winter at all, cashmere or no. Is that what being happy is like? I've never tried that.
Seriously?
Hey.
Yeah, he basically, like, stops the thugs and then beats up Nozomi himself in that comic. Unless Fuka's... No, Fuka's not available today. So yeah, I'm gonna actually do the dating site note with Nozomi just because, lol. I don't know if I even need this, but I do not want to waste a day on Nozomi. Nozomi is already a waste of a day. Is he at the very bottom? No, he's not, okay. He's almost at the bottom, though. Exactly, Ken. What is happy? Like, a plot-based social link going reverse, like, scripted, would be really interesting, too. I do wish that was done more. Like, I wonder if, like they kind of try and do this with one of the Arcanas in Persona 4, but I also really like the idea of, like, a relationship that is straight up toxic, and you cannot max it at all. Like, it inevitably goes reverse and broken, and there's nothing you can do about it, because even attempting to work on that relationship is a bad idea. I know it would feel like you'd still get something out of it, so you wouldn't have wasted your time, but, like, again, they try and do that in Persona 4, and a little bit in 5 as well. But I do think it would be interesting, because like, in real life, some people do actually try and form a relationship with people, and then it turns out to be a really bad idea, because it turns out they're actually just a toxic person that they have to cut out of their lives. Yeah, I believe that they're in Arcana order, which is why Nozomi is so low, because of Moon. Speaking of which, yep, he can rank up, although... Mamoru's not available. Okay, if Mamoru was available, I'd probably go for him today. But yep, I'm so sorry. Oh wait, I need to do go to the faculty office to work on that request. I guess anything to put off Nozomi, but yep, let's go to the faculty office hallway. Even Larry is more respectable than, I'm presuming, Nozomi. Which Larry are you talking about? Yeah, I think you have to go through, like, every single teacher here, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna actually fast forward this. Hi, we get an item. Yeah, I remember this quest being really annoying, though. You have to go here about... I think you have to go here, like, 7 days or something stupid like that. Mamoru was available Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, okay. So, you know what? It turns out that it's, yep, we're actually maxing Nozomi today. We're doing it. We're actually doing it. Yeah, and here we have the reason why a lot of people hate this guy. He really only has development in this rank.
Hey, so, about last time, let's go to Hagakure!
Nozomi, you do not deserve this music.
My younger brother and I were twins, but not the kind that looked the same. He was the better-looking one. Everyone called me the uglier Suimitsu. They always compared me to him, and I could never beat him in anything. There was a time when I used to hit him for no reason. But even then, he still treated me like a brother. Then in middle school, we bought steamed buns. And then he died. Food poisoning. They said the meat was undercooked. Just his bun, though. Not mine. But I couldn't even cry. I actually felt relieved. I thought maybe they'll all finally stop laughing at me.
It's like, this is sad, but this is normally the thing you reveal in the midway point of the social link, not literally at the very end.
What kind of person feels joy when their own brother dies? I'm not. At first, I tried to be more like him. I went to cram schools and did martial arts and everything. But I could never be as good, and eventually, I started to feel like people were laughing at me. The only time I feel safe is when I'm eating. All that matters is what's in front of me, and everything else melts away. See? That's what the Gourmet King really is. I only eat to run away from my problems.
Yeah, again, it would have really helped your character if we'd learned this earlier.
But if I keep this up, I'll never be able to replace my brother. Will I?
Yeah, you're irreplaceable, just not for the reasons you think.
Be myself? Be myself! Is that really how it is?
It really says something that I had forgotten about this backstory. Completely.
I hear you. You're right. I can never be like my brother. We're two different people. How did I miss something so obvious? I can be pretty dumb sometimes.
Yep, you think?
Thank you. Really, thank you so much.
He hasn't even said that he renounced the cult either. Oh boy, yeah. Is it just like...
I am thou.
You don't get this. Sorry, it's Nozomi, I'm skipping through it. Like, I don't know, it's just, like, this is, I do still think this is kind of bad. Like, I don't like this socially very much. Like, the rank 10 was really good, but it's just like, this should have been like rank 5.
Oh, I know this is sudden, but I'm relieving you of your duties as the Gourmet King's Royal Guard. You're fired.
And then he fires us.
Because you're the new king. All hail Gourmet King the Second! The restaurants in the strip mall gave this to me because of how often I eat there. I feel like I've been fake all this time. But one day, I will become the true Gourmet King. I think I'll become a food critic. It'll be my job to eat. I'm gonna become a food master. Then when I die and go to the afterlife, I can face my brother. And then I can tell him I was the best at something for once in my life. So until I reclaim my crown, you can hang on to it. I may have lost my title, but someday I'll make my grand return as Gourmet King III. That's my promise to you. And to my little brother. Huh. I've been talking so much about my brother, but I'm okay. My memories didn't make me sad and hungry this time.
I actually like Aebihara.
Oh, wow. I never realized how good the ramen tastes here.
I mean, the idea of him only realizing how good the food tastes now is decent in theory. It's just like, again, yeah, I don't really like this social link very much, and I still don't like it. The only redeeming quality is the automatic reverse, because that's funny. I don't like Sayako in Persona 4 either, but I think this is better. I think it's better than this, I mean. No, I don't think this is better. Crab season, there aren't enough crab. All the crab fishermen have got African syndrome. Yeah, because that's a thing that's happening right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and just, yeah, like, again, they never address the cult. He never even says that he's left the cult or anything. It's just, he doesn't apologize for it either. I don't know what's going on here, at all. Hi, everyone, I skipped Nozomi willingly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
what a coincidence.
Okay, yeah, we just ran to the girl we rejected. Hi there, this is not awkward at all.
Ran out of soy sauce, so... Oh, is that dog,
Yeah, exactly. Chihiya's cult subplot gets resolution in P5. The best part of Nozomi's social link is that it's over.
I'm actually a little afraid of dogs. I was attacked by one when I was little.
Yeah, I used to be afraid of dogs, and then my dad got a dog, and then I wasn't so afraid.
It only knocked me over, but ever since then... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still a little scared, but maybe I'll be okay with this one. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll see you at school then.
Yeah, why didn't they add a dialogue addressing the cult exactly? But yes, we're finally free from the horrors of the moon cult and the horrors of Nozomi. Nozomi's social link is like a horror movie for Persona.
Hey.
But, yeah, the idea of, like, Sal does stuff, you saying that there's a social link that you actually have to stop to max it out, that'd be kind of cool. I'm like Luigi in that regard. Oh yeah, I guess Luigi does get over his fear of when he adopts Polterpup, I suppose. And then Polter Kitty is in the next game, who's like everything Polterpup was, but worse. Wow, really? Are irresponsible dog owners not complying with like leash laws? Okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Japanese there. Yeah, I am actually still afraid of, like, really big dogs with the really big fangs. Like, I was once at somebody's house who had one of them, and I was a little bit creeped out. Oh yeah, Himiko, the one person that people don't know if they really existed or not. Ah, Onmyodo, that's the class from Fire Emblem Fates that is the Hoshiden equivalent of Sage. The Bureau of Onmyo, okay. They had their own, like, thing. The Bureau of Onmyo sounds like perfect fodder for, like, an actual fantasy setting. Yeah, why isn't Medusa a Persona by now? Medusa is in Shin Megami Tensei 4, but I don't think it's been a Persona. Yeah, I do think it's funny how they took all the bad parts of Polterpup and made them into an actually villainous character. The sorcerer that Himiko used, that was Kido.
Correct.
Yeah, it's Onmyoji, which means a user of Onmyo. Onmyodo is like the name of the art. I remember back in the day when people were fan translating Onmyoji as Yin Yang Master. And people complained about the localization in Fates, but like Yin Yang Master is kind of an overly literal translation of Onmyoji, I guess. Hot take, Fire Emblem Fates had a fan translation before it came out that was infinitely worse than the localization, because it had characters constantly saying, Big Brother Ryoma, Big Sister Camilla, and yeah, it was pretty, yeah. Anyway, Inugami, yes indeed, Inugami is one of the goodest Mega 10 dogs. And, I'm so sorry Mitsuru, but I do want to go for Mamoru today. Do I have Star? Do I have star? I don't have star, it looks like, so I'm gonna need to get star. I mean, yeah, Onmyoji is a pretty cool class. It is basically just Sage, though. So it's not really like that. Like, the scroll animations, though, for the Hoshiden classes were pretty interesting, though. Especially, like, with the way they make all the tablets, like, levitate around and then summon the spirits. Like, those were cool.
Marvelous.
And we get Twilight Fragments as a consolation prize for maxing Ryoji. Not Ryoji. We kind of did. For maxing Nozomi. Nozomi was so bad that I forgot his name.
Are you in search
Have you all the
Let me
elements?
just check.
What kind
Can
of
we
persona
make
do
a...
you desire?
Oh, we can make a star, but meh.
Please take a look.
Yeah, it messes me up that star is above
this
Moon and
acceptable?
Sun in the Arcana list. I always feel like it's supposed to be lower. Because, like, Sun, Moon, Stars is the natural order in my head, but in the Arcana order, it's Star, Moon, Sun. No, I still think that Fates is, like, a good game mechanically. I just, like, it has its issues, but, like, I do think Conquest is a bit too hard, though. Huh? Oh, well, that was weird. Okay. I'm gonna save, just in case I have any hiccups like that again. Because that kind of scared me. Yeah, cats can find warm places sometimes.
Yo.
Yeah, well, actually, I got spoiled on a lot about Fates, even though, you know... even though I tried to do a blind playthrough, yeah, that wasn't great, in my view. Yeah, I couldn't resist looking at TV tropes when I was bored at class.
This is so good.
I was in, like, university when I was doing the Fates blind playthrough, and I often got bored in lectures and looked at TV tropes and was like, oh, okay, Garon is an evil slime monster, right.
I am so lucky I get to eat such amazing food. Should I bring some home? If I do, I'd have to...
Yeah, don't worry, your internet didn't die. Do it. Where are you, Mamoru? Mamoru is a pretty interesting character in Mega Man Battle Network. Okay, this is rank 8.
Yeah, I will. It feels wrong being the only one who gets to eat.
Yeah, that's at least the advantage of Fates, is that I can just skip the story cutscenes when I play it, which I also do for Shin Megami Tensei 5, the vanilla game at least.
Oh, by the way, about my mom. She's gonna be out of the hospital soon. Just when I was finally getting the hang of taking care of everyone myself. And guess what else? My teammates offered to help me with the kids too. They even said to pick my sister up from preschool.
I do like it when, you know, people have like a network like this in the social links.
I guess everyone's been worried about me.
Yeah, a good social link. It really says something that you're saying that, because a lot of people used to think Mamoru was boring.
And there I was, total tunnel vision, trying to do everything on my own.
Yeah, it is true that, like, I was looking at, like Fire Emblem Fates on TV tropes, and like, literally one of the entries just said, like, Garon is an evil slime monster, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I felt vindicated, though, because I was one of the people who always thought Garon was possessed. So I was like, a lot of people had this headcanon being like, oh, Garon should have been a good father, and he should have been a well-intentioned extremist, just trying to help his country out of poverty. And I'm like, I didn't want that. I actually wanted Garon to be possessed, because I thought that was interesting. The actual character Garon ended up being wasn't great, but, like, I think the arc could have been handled better. It was more just the fact that the Norian siblings were kept in the dark for way too long.
In the end, maybe it was my fault the team couldn't work together.
And they don't even have boss conversations with his boss form. Like, why don't the Norian siblings have special boss dialogue with Garon? That's really bizarre. Don't sweat it.
Honestly, that's reassuring to hear from you. I
feel a lot better about everything, now that I know how everyone really feels.
Oh, and see you, Delta Dragon.
I'm having fun just running laps. My body feels light as a feather now. Oops, guess I kind of started rambling there. Sorry, but I gotta get going. Take it easy. And don't forget,
Anankos's true form was on the Nightmare Fuel page, I guess as a spoiler, but also, there was another entry on TV Tropes that said something about Anankos's, true form that I will not say here, because it ruined it for me.
I'm only able to focus on training again because you had my back.
I guess it is true that Mamori and, Yuko are, like, the only two social links that don't give bad advice. Yeah, there is actually a Fire Emblem Cypher trading card of pre-possession Garen, which is cool. You learn a little bit about Garen in Xander's supports, and I think a little bit in Leo's supports as well.
Later.
Oh, the other interesting thing as well is the Fire Emblem Fates manga, that I kind of dismissed originally as Leo Corrin shipping fodder. Because for some reason female fans really like Leo, I'm not really sure why, but they do. But, like, the manga apparently gave Garen a little bit more development. Like, you get flashes of his old self. And Iago's apparently better in that manga as well. So, like, Fates actually got... Like, it took a manga to fix Fates' story. But yeah, all the final bosses were baiting people into buying Revelation, admittedly. I do like the Takumi final boss fight, but that was something else I got spoiled on, annoyingly. Yeah, exactly. The fact that Garen's backstory is locked to support is a little awkward. Well, really awkward. Especially since Xander is one of the later joining characters. Fates' plot is decent in everything except Fates itself. It's sad how true that is. Because like, Corrin is apparently really good in Warriors, Corrin is good in Engage, and the manga of Fates is good. So yeah, it basically just took, like, you know, things other than Fates using Fates material, and, oh, we can study. Okay, I guess I can do those sessions. Hang on, how do I get onto the roof? Yeah, here we go. The inside fast travel menu, not the outside fast travel menu. Are there Fire Emblem villains that I like less than Hans and Iago? The Four Hounds aren't great, but I wouldn't say they're worse than Hans and Iago. Oh wait, I will say, this is gonna be a massive hot take. Kronya. I do not like Kronya at all. To be honest, I would rather have Hans and Iago than Kronya, because Kronya just shows up, reveals herself as a villain, kills someone, then immediately dies half a chapter later, and has no further impact on the plot. I do not like Kronya at all. Kronya is one of my least favorite parts of Fire Emblem, of Three Houses story, entirely. Like all of Chapter 9 is my least favorite part of Three Houses story, which is not a common opinion. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the Geralt stuff is just so profound and so beautiful. I'm like, no, I felt nothing for the Geralt stuff. It's weird. I felt more for Lumera than I did for Geralt, because Geralt just sat around in the monastery and did nothing until he died. Sorry for the blatant spoilers there. But like, Kronya is just like Kronya is like, imagine if the Black Knight killed Grail and then died halfway through the next chapter. That is Kronya. Like, what a waste. You don't kill off the person who killed the main character's father half a chapter later. You let them be a recurring villain, so you have a personal nemesis. And they put her in Heroes, because, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, if Thomas killed Geralt, that would be way more interesting. It'd give him a little bit more relevance too, I think. Yeah. Like, anyway, I feel like I'm one of the few people who doesn't like Geralt's death at all. I just don't. It's also because I don't really, like, Byleth has no personality, like, at all. and it made it really hard to care about their bond with Geralt, which is why I infinitely prefer Warriors, where Byleth has actual dialogue and Geralt doesn't die and Byleth supports him. That's how it should have been handled. Because the other problem as well I have with Geralt as well, while I'm ranting about a whole bunch of things, the other problem that I have about Geralt is that, like, he dies before the Edelgard reveal happens. You never get to find out how Geralt would have reacted to the Fodlan War, and who he would have sided with. It's just, yeah. It would have also been really cool if, depending on your route, you had to kill Geralt. Which actually does happen in Three Hopes. So that's another thing that I like better about how Three Hopes handle things.
Sorry to bother you like this. I just had a hard time focusing when I tried doing my homework alone. Thank you for agreeing to study with me.
Anyway, I'm sorry that I really angrily ranted about that. It's a massive hot take of mine because I feel like everybody likes Geralt's death but me. I'm one of the few people who really doesn't. It's really just like I think it's just Grail spoiled me. Grail is the best Fire Emblem parent death by far. Like, by a massive long shot. It just is so hard to beat Grail in terms of major character deaths in the plot. So, and just like, Geralt's mostly just the same character as Grail too. He's a mercenary leader, father of the protagonist. It's just like, anyway. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, 3/4 of the mysterious villains teased in Three Houses pre-release are gone after Chapter 12, and then Talez just does nothing until the end of the game. Yeah, though, like, I do think that the Slitherers are, like, one of the worst things of Three Houses' story. They mostly exist just to, like, I've heard someone say that they exist to make other things happen rather than to actually be villains. But another thing that I just noticed there, like, someone said that, like, killing Geralt in the Scarlet Blaze route is the most interesting. Isn't that the route where if you kill Geralt, Leonie straight up refuses to accept medicine and lets herself die from poison? Which is kind of dark.
Koromaru says he'll study with us too. Right, boy?
Meanwhile, wholesome Big Brother moments. Sorry about that rant.
It must be tough for you guys, having to think about tests at a time like this.
Like, I honestly wonder if a lot of the villains in the pre-release of, like the Death Knight, the Slitherers, in the promotional materials mainly existed just to distract from the Edelgard twist. I feel like that's probably what they were going for.
Huh? You're actually enjoying this?
Yeah, I've heard people actually get really mad at what happens with Leonie if you kill Geralt, but like apparently she's just a massive idiot and is like, no, I refuse to accept help from you, and lets herself die.
Even in the face of grave danger, you never give up. You fight back with all your might. Like a hero! That's so cool!
Wait, really? If you kill Geralt, Byleth convinces Claude to betray Edelgard out of petty spite just because of Shez? That's pretty amazing, honestly.
Still, the only thing we can do is carry on and complete our schoolwork as always.
Yeah, because like Scarlet Blaze seems to have by far the most consequences to Geralt dying. The other routes, it's apparently on Dimitri's route, the Byleth recruitment split only happens like one chapter before the end, so they barely do anything.
What's the matter, Koromaru? Huh. He's got something in his mouth.
Oh, we're getting wings.
Did you bring this here for us?
I mean, I fully agree the Golden Deer are weird in Hopes, but I'm not going to get into that now. That's a whole other can of worms. It's like, I remember looking at, like, the what is it again? Like, I saw the data mine list of recruitments and was like, huh, the Golden Deer, surely, like, it sure looks like the Golden Deer can't recruit a lot of people. That's really weird. And then, like, we find out what the Golden Deer route is, and it's like, oh, that's why they can't recruit most people. That explains it.
Thanks, Koromaru. I guess he's trying to cheer us up. I shouldn't make him worry so much.
Yeah, I agree with the whole thing about you thought the big bad would be one of the mysterious villains shown in pre-release, but it was cute waifu. I mean, that's true. I feel like I was one of the few people as well who wasn't surprised by the Edelgard reveal, but that was because, like, I saw enough of her, like, her interactions in the monastery and her supports on her own route, like, I saw like her C support on a Black Eagles separate file, and I was like, yeah, I know where this arc is going. I liked it. The reveal made sense. I just wasn't surprised by it, but in the best possible way. I like it when I can see a plot twist coming, because it means that it makes sense, and it's not like out of nowhere.
Okay, time to study. If I have any questions, can I ask you for help?
Oh yeah, Azure Gleam is the only route where killing Geralt loses you a playable character, because I think otherwise he kills Judith or Randolph.
And done! That's it for my homework! Oh, you're still studying, aren't you? Is it okay if I stay here for a little while?
Yeah, from what I've seen though, honestly, I probably would be the most interested in Dimitri's route and Hope's, just because the first half, that's all about, like, Fargus politics. That sounds really interesting. It's kind of a shame the second half falls off, but then again, it feels like everybody's second half falls off. So, yeah, it mostly boils down to which first half you like better.
I'll be sure not to bother you. Koromaru and I will be cheering you on.
Attention, I am fusing Mara. Congratulations, Shadow Palkia 99. What other plot twists, have I seen coming? The killer in Jewel Destinies. You're the one who asked me about Jewel Destinies Purple Star, so in pre-release, I guessed that character in Jewel Destinies would be the final case's killer, and I was right. And I was so happy that I was right.
Oh, are you all done now? Cool! Koromaru was with us the whole... Wait, what? Where did he go?
Yeah, I can't believe that Judith was not playable in either of the games she was in.
Were you waiting for us to finish? I guess it's our turn to hang out with him. Thanks for studying with me today.
Sorry.
If you're okay with it, I'd like to do this again sometime.
Xenoblade Warriors would be kind of cool. Personally, I'd kind of like to see Warhammer 40k Warriors, but that would be really gory, I feel, and I'm not sure how I'd feel about that.
Hello, this is Elizabeth speaking. I'm calling in
finally.
recent change in Tartarus.
Oh, Legend of Heroes Warriors would also be really good.
It seems that a path that had been blocked off is now open. I thought it prudent to inform you. Well then, I wish you a safe journey.
On what grounds? So, basically, I saw the character in Jewel Destinies, I saw their connection to Simon Blackwell's backstory, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like final case plot fodder to me. And I also saw that there was like a light is not good motif with them versus Simon's dark is not evil. Because like we all knew, Simon was going to be falsely accused. There was no way Simon was guilty of the crime he was accused of. So I immediately guessed that whoever was guilty of Simon's crime would be the final case villain. Because that's how things go with Ace Attorney plots. So I was like, okay, who's connected to Simon Blackwell? And I was like, oh, that person. Okay, that's my guess for the final case culprit. And I was right. I was wrong about their full identity, but I was right about who it was.
Right.
I've just played enough Ace Attorney games to kind of catch on to the general final case tropes. Because usually the new prosecutor's backstory is relevant to the final case. Meanwhile, I believe that, yeah, Mitsuru's our only option today. So finally our Empress personas have an actual purpose. It's so long before you really need an Empress persona for social links. Ah, I knew it, she has new dialogue. It's almost Christmas, and you know what that means? Presents. I've got a great idea. I'm going to give Kirito-senpai a gift. Could you play Santa for me and give her my present? Oh, all of the options are no. Wow. jeez, I was just kidding. I'm so serious. She might avoid me getting that, but it would be worth it to give her a gift. I'm going to give her my hair and fingernails. I'm going to give her all of them. And yes, thankfully the faculty office is right next to Mitsuru, so I'm going to do this. Oh, actually, speaking of Fire Emblem and stuff, you know what another plot twist that I also guessed was? And it's in the comments section of Red Dakota. You're getting skipped. You deserve this. It was in the comments section of one of the soundtracks. So from the boss theme of Book 3, I figured out Lif's true identity. Pretty much instantly. I called, like, Lif's true identity right down to the exact specifics of his motivation and who he was. Mitsuru seems interested in my plans.
Greatly appreciated.
Just so you know, a compilation of all the Yandere ASMR will cost a lot extra. I mean, you know, might be worth it. We'll see.
Interesting. So this is what the interior looks like.
Yeah, I think I remember that back when I did the original Persona 3 playthrough, this was about where I gave my headcanon of Mitsuru being a D&D character with, like, no wisdom. But yeah, like, when you look at the Book 3 lyrics, like, throw away everything to bring a dead world back to life, sacrifice another self, it's just like, huh, interesting, okay, yeah, I see where this is going.
It's smaller than I expected.
Okay, let me just find Empress. Emperor, not Emperor. Empress doesn't have an extra E. Either of these work, okay. Oh wow, it's an actual animatronic? I just realized that. 5 Nights at Wild Duck Burger when?
Or so I'd like to say, but truthfully, I'm not that familiar.
Oh, yikes. Got spoiled about something from another game because one of the villains got compared to Lif. Yeah, so I know somebody who got spoiled on either Persona 5 or Trails of Cold Steel because somebody on a forum compared one of the characters to Akechi.
I saw a commercial for fast food once, but I didn't expect that picking it up with bare hands was the norm. Just goes to show how out of touch I am. My lack of knowledge on this subject is a serious problem.
Thoughts on Deidre from Fire Emblem 4? I think she's okay. I don't like that she's mostly a plot device who exists to get captured by the villains for her bloodline. And I also don't like that she falls in love with Sigurd after just seeing him twice, and they're married at the start of the next chapter. It's just always funny to me that Sigurd and her romance is treated as, like, the most profound love story of all time, and, like, they met, like, twice and immediately got married.
In all honesty, it's a good thing you're here.
It's like if Crom x Olivia was an actual plot point.
Is it actually profitable to sell these items at such low prices? I'd be interested to know the average cost per unit.
Oh boy, they probably fill it with a whole bunch of preservatives to make it cheaper.
Oh, sorry, I found myself lost in thought again.
Oh, fun, air quotes, fact. My friend managed to spoil Omori for me as a joke, not knowing that his joke was an actual plot point. So, I think about two things with that. Firstly, the entire, like, Danganronpa community accidentally spoiled the villain of the first game by memeing on something. Like, there was a meme in the fandom starting with, like, the first case in Danganronpa 1, and it turned out that in the final case, that meme was actually true, and everyone freaked out. But also, secondly, I did that with my sister with Ace Attorney. In Ace Attorney Investigations 1, when we played that, I made a joke about, wouldn't it be funny if this character was actually this other character? And I was right.
In truth, I didn't ask you here just to eat.
Yeah, exactly. The Danganronpa spoil was the mastermind. People memed on that. And the meme turned out to be 100% true. By complete coincidence.
I wanted to express my personal thanks to you.
I mean, I suppose it makes sense given that, like, it shows the foreshadowing was good, I guess.
Right now, our strength and conviction are being tested to their limits. We've only made it this far because we've been blessed with each other's partnership. I know I've been asking a lot of you, even more than the others. But I truly appreciate it. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Okay, at least, yeah, Daedra, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. At least you got better in Heroes. I suppose that's true. Oh, Langry's immobile?
Oh, I didn't realize
Apparently
we were talking for so
spoils
long.
trails. Okay, then.
It would be rude to let the food grow cold.
Out of curiosity, Mew Fangirl, what does the Crom and Olivia romance remind you of? Like, it's interesting that they actually have supports, it's just that you can't see them if they get married automatically. You have to look up it in the support library. Wow, a fanfiction writer ended up correctly guessing the reason behind the Uchiha massacre in Naruto. You know what's even funnier? My Immortal predicted the plot twist at the end of Harry Potter 7. My Immortal, the most legendary bad fanfic of all time. Which led some people to think there was a huge conspiracy or something like that.
All right. It looks like everyone's here now.
Well, it's been a week. What's our plan? You okay, Fuka?
You're just so calm, Yukari-chan.
I mean, panicking's not gonna solve anything.
Oh, Barbie Princess and the Pauper, okay. My sister used to meme on Barbie movies when she was younger. Her favorite was... Hang on. Maybe it was Princess and the Pauper. Which one was it? Was that the... I know that she memed, she memed on, one of them that had a really obvious villain called Preminger, who was the advisor to the Queen. And, it's like, the Queen missed her faithful advisor, Preminger. And then it zooms in on a portrait of this guy who looks like who basically looks like Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. And it's like, yes, faithful advisor. Definitely the most faithful of advisors. But anyway. What do you want me to explain the My Immortal thing? So, My Immortal literally says in the plot, it literally says, and then Harry will have to kill himself cause he is actually a Horcrux. That is actually the biggest plot twist of the last book. I don't even, and she only, like, the author of that only watched the movies, too. Like, they didn't read the books at all.
Besides, it's been such a drag around here all week. And no
Oh, and he's Princess in the Paul. Oh, that is, okay, that's what my sister used to meme on, so I guess we have a connection there, Mew Fangirl. But yeah, she used to meme on that movie a lot, but, like, every time there was an obvious villain, I love how many people in my chat are familiar with Barbie, the Princess and the Pauper. I haven't even watched that film, and I probably need to. I've seen Preminger's villain song, though, and it's amazing. But, like, I can't believe so many people in my chat have watched that. But, like, anyway, so... that was our meme. Whenever there was an obvious villain like Garen, we'd always quote, "The Queen missed her faithful advisor Preminger." Zoom in on the really evil-looking portrait.
You're absolutely right. We humans are quite resilient. With enough time, we can adapt to any situation.
Yes, exactly. Tara from My Immortal is the greatest writer of 2000. I still maintain that My Immortal is the greatest comedy ever written by humans.
So, how about it, everyone? It's time...
Some Asian, wait, I think I saw that movie once. Why did so many people here watch that Barbie film?
Have you made up your mind, Sonata-san?
No. But I don't plan on running away.
So you're going to fight Nyx?
Barbie Princess and the Pauper is universally considered the GOAT of Barbie movies? Okay, I might have to watch it one day.
I don't know. I mean, it supposedly can't be defeated.
I'm sorry that I'm talking about Barbie memes over this really dark scene, but like Mew Fangirl saying you actually reference How Could I Refuse Neurosis. Yeah, I love How Could I Refuse. It's not, like, I feel like it's not great as a villain song, but it's pretty funny.
What about you? What are your
And also, admittedly, what Preminger tries to do later in the plot is legitimately an interesting idea for a fantasy villain, for like a fairy tale villain. I believe he switches from trying to like get off the princess and get the inheritance to trying to marry the queen.
Honestly, this is the first time I've ever really contemplated my own death.
Due to hearing about some omnipotent voice talking about Barbie movies.
In any case, we have to choose one way or the other. I opt obviously don't want to suffer, but that means we'd have to take a life. Not to mention, we die no matter what we do.
Then, do we all agree that we don't want to hurt Ryoji-kun?
Some Asian, you predicted a major plot point in Xenoblade 2 for the stupidest reason. Your friend did. Please tell me the reason.
Is that how you feel?
Me?
That's fair. I mean, it's not exactly normal to pick how you're gonna die.
Yeah, I think that Barbie thing is interesting, though, because, like, usually in those fairy tales, the climax is the villain trying to marry the heroine. But here it's the villain trying to marry the heroine's mother, which is different, at least.
What about you, Junpei? Have you decided?
Nah.
What's the matter? Scared?
What the hell is wrong with you? You think this is a joke?
Oh, here we go. Okay, I don't want to talk about Barbie anymore, because goated Junpei voice acting right here.
Junpei,
This is death we're talking about here. Of course I'm scared.
Okay, yeah, I'm applauding that performance. Zena Robinson, wow.
And here you all are, just chatting it up like it's a goddamn picnic. Can't you see? We're all gonna die.
Then what do you think we should do? Do you want to kill him?
There's nothing I can do. He's the only one who can kill him. Hey. This whole thing is your fault. You had that thing inside you and didn't even know it.
I mean, yeah, it's true that it's a bit weird that we never really questioned Ryoji at all. Like, not Ryoji, we never really questioned Pharos existing.
You raised it, damn it! If it weren't for you, none of this would have happened!
Junpei!
You're supposed to be special, right? Then do something about it!
Yeah, I don't know how much Zena Robinson got paid for this, but he should have been paid, whatever it was, he should have been paid more.
Stop it, Junpei. It's not his fault. And the only reason we even have a choice is because he carried it.
God damn it, I know! It's just... It doesn't matter how many times I tell myself. I know this doesn't fix anything. It scares the hell out of me!
I know how you feel, Junpei-kun.
I think more media needs to have characters acting out like this. Like, you know, when they're very emotionally, you know, like, unstable, and, like, yeah, because people do act like this. I don't want to ruin the moment by mentioning something else. Like, there's a moment in, like, Batman Telltale that I kind of always think is interesting, where after, like, he gets out of, like, Arkham Asylum and is completely, like, he hasn't slept in days, you get pulled over by, like, I think, like, a traffic officer, and no matter which dialogue choice you choose, it always ends with Bruce snapping at the guy, and you have no choice in the matter. And I think it's one of the rare cases of, like, you not having a choice actually works, because somebody who was in that state would not act rationally in that moment.
We're all scared. I'm scared too.
Me too.
Yeah, the problem is we now only get the Ryoji and Morgana version of acting out, which is just sad, because, like, this is why people like Persona 3. The party members are allowed to have disagreements and get angry about things.
I've never felt so cornered in my life. I can't stop shaking.
Same here. We're all in the same boat. And hey, I'm sorry for teasing you earlier. I just don't want to forget everything. I've learned so much since coming here.
Yucatan, I'm sorry.
I don't think any of us can blame you right now, Junpei. So don't worry about it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. People say they want complex characters, and they turn against characters when they display complex emotions.
I'm sorry. I knew the truth deep down, but still, sorry for being a dick.
All right. let's put a pause on any unnecessary gatherings for now. Ryoji said he'll be back on New Year's Eve. Let's just try to go about our lives until then. We have some time, so let's consider our options while we still can.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna put off going to Tartarus until we get the missing people. Yeah, obviously everyone's gonna have new dialogue tonight.
Hey.
This may end up being a no Tartarus stream, which might be a little weird, but we'll have a lot of Tartarus coming up soon. Dogged, really? Oh no, Ikutsuki's soul has possessed him. Yeah, I love how these moments show the development of everyone through the story. I mean, yeah, Bruce was injected by drugs at the time as well. So yeah, but it didn't help, like, the condition that he was in. Hang on a minute. Can I get that again, Yukari? Did you please say... Yeah. Don't blame Junpei for the fact that Ryoji-kun was inside you. No one thinks it's your fault that he was inside you. Phrasing, please. Actually, this game does go past New Year's Eve.
Isn't that right?
Unlike a lot of the other Persona games, it does. Oh, right! Junpei originally mentioned his dad here, but Portable moved to his social link, so he doesn't here. Huh. I have heard people complain about that. This is a totally different topic, but Sal does stuff. I'm not even sure if I even have a favorite Batman villain. I like Heath Ledger's Joker, I like Mark Hamill's Joker, but Joker is just such a clear, and I feel like the Joker is overused, and it's kind of a character who I just don't really like anymore because he's just overused too much. And then Catwoman is not a villain. I really like Anne Hathaway's version of Catwoman in the Nolan movies though, just because like it is I was like, wait, Anne Hathaway is Catwoman, really? And she starts out as like the generic sweet rom-com girl that Anne Hathaway usually plays, and then the moment she kicks Bruce's cane out from under him and goes, oops, I was like, oh. Wow, Anne Hathaway has more range than I thought, and then I really liked her take on the character. So yeah. But I mean, Catwoman can't really be called a villain exactly. She's more a morally grey character. We won't get any new skills from brushing Koromaru, but I'm kind of tempted to do it anyway. Yeah, Junpei's backstory getting removed here because, granted, the backstory is in the answer. It's more prominent in the answer as well. So, yeah. I believe this should give more SP. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn media, but the problem is, to me, I like Harley Quinn more as a villain. I don't like how a lot of media now is trying to make her a hero, so I'm not really a huge fan of her. Like, I like the Batman the Animated Series version of her relationship with the Joker. Like, I like how far they went into a domestic abuse relationship in a kid's show. That was really, like, deep. But I don't like how they're kind of trying to make her a hero now. Oh yeah, Mr. Freeze is good too. Yeah. But, like, before the animated series, he was just a generic guy with ice powers. He didn't really have much of a backstory, so I'm not really sure about that. But he's really good. I like him because of his boss fight in Arkham City. His boss fight in Arkham City is one of the absolute best, like, action game bosses I've ever seen. Because the whole gimmick with Mr. Freeze in Arkham City, is that, basically, you have to, like, there are, like, 12 different ways to damage him. And every time you damage him, he changes the arena or his tactic so that tactic will never work on him again. And on the highest difficulty, you have to use like 11 out of 12 methods to hit him. So like you have to discover every possible weakness that he has. And he adapts, and like, so for example, if you attack him from under a grate, he freezes all the grates. If you hit him from behind, he changes his suit's sensors so he'll always see you coming. If you jump on him from above, he summons drones to guard his, like, to guard him from above. And he keeps doing that, so you have to come up with new methods to hit him every time. It's really cool. Like, I guess I like the idea of Harley breaking the toxicity. There's a few, like the one in what is it, Batman Beyond, the movie, that implies that there's an old woman, and it turns out she's actually Harley Quinn, like an older reformed Harley Quinn. Like, that was a pretty good twist. And like in, there was something else that I thought she was, in Injustice, she's okay. But in Injustice, at the very least, she has the horrible, evil Wonder Woman as a foil, being like, hey, you're still in your toxic relationship with Superman, I broke my toxic relationship, what does that say about you? Because, like, Harley Quinn is still pretty crazy in Injustice. Like, she's not really totally a hero, but she does point out the hypocrisy of some of the antagonists, so I kind of like that take. But like, anyway, sorry about going into a bit of a... The thing, okay, but at the same time though, I'm not a huge fan of like... This is gonna remind me of something. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to this at all. Which of the following is an irregular plural noun? Which is an irregular plural? Which is lives, dreams. I would say lives, because life is the singular. Yeah, the sad thing about Injustice Wonder Woman is that game came out right after the really good movie, and everyone loved the movie version of Wonder Woman, and they're like, oh, okay. Now we have to play as this terrible version of the character. I mean, she isn't meant to be terrible, but still. But like... Oh yeah, and then Mr. Freeze can also jam your detective vision if it's used too long. Yeah, I like that as well. But what I was saying is, like, the thing that I personally, and this might be a hot take, but like, I don't like the fact that Avatar is trying to redeem Azula right now. Like, I get that Azula is only 14, and yeah, that is a bit young of a character to have like a horrible fate. But at the same time, I feel like part of Azula's appeal was that she was the foil to Zuko. She was the one who stayed in her toxic mindset while he got out. And that, like, yeah, like, I kind of liked her being a horrible person. Like, there was that line that she has about, like, my mother said that I was a monster. She was right, of course. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's, anyway. Like, not every villain needs a redemption arc. Some villains can stay bad. And sometimes characters are more interesting as villains. Yeah, because, yeah, didn't even... I haven't even watched the rest of Avatar, but yeah, didn't even Iroh say that she needs to go down? Like, I'm pretty sure that, like, that... And, like, the whole point is, like, she didn't die or anything, but it's, like, her whole... Like, she just kind of went... kind of crazy from just the fact that she realized that Zuko was like, you know, that she wasn't superior to Zuko in the end. And yeah, because like it kind of all boils down to something else as well, is that like it was a quote from like I think it was one of the Overly Successful Productions videos saying something like that, like, we don't just want to see a villain lose, we also want to see them proven wrong. Like, that's one of the most satisfying like things in a good villain.
So, the big meet for that scholarship was yesterday.
Did you win? I believe, yeah, this is the right one. Are you winning, son?
Are you seriously asking me that? I got first place, of course.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Well, what'd you expect? But really, thanks.
People might be getting on my case for not going for Mitsuru here, but I do feel like I want to max out the... Because these ones are only really practical to do during exam time.
Guess this means it's really over. Kind of makes me feel empty inside.
Yeah, because there was also the foreshadowing, like in book 1, when you see the flashback to Zuko getting scarred, you can see Azula, like, there before you know who she is, and she's smiling.
I'm thinking of finding a job, actually.
Yeah, it's like, there's a difference between pitying an antagonist and wanting them to be full-on redeemed, I feel, Sons of...
Not to sound dramatic.
Because, like, from what I remember, like, in Avatar, like, Azula's final fate isn't meant to be pitiable. I'm from what I remember, Zuko is just, like, really sad seeing her defeated in the end. Like how she ends up, and that's the intended reaction.
I know where, too. My dad had connections at a car factory, so I'll... Thing is, it's pretty far away.
Which means yet another social link that is moving away forever after you max them. So they conveniently can stop making the NPCs spawn.
Go ahead and order extra noodles. It's on me.
And thanks.
Yeah, eat as much as you want.
Hang on a second. It said I got disconnected for a moment. Are we still live?
Really lucked out by meeting you. If I hadn't, I'd still be stuck in that same hole.
It says that we're still live.
And I'll never forget